Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 74th Annual Minnesota State High School League Boys Hockey Tournament. Our second AA semifinal features the champions of Section 5 with a record of 26-3, the Centennial Cougars, against the champions of Section 2 with a record of 25-2, the Minnetonka Skippers. Now let's meet the starting lineups. For Centennial, in goal, senior number 1, Travis Allen. On defense, junior number 7, Will Francis. His offensive partner is senior number 12, Luke Ahrens. The left wing is senior number 3, Austin Connor. Right wing, senior number 2, Andrew Stewart. And the center is senior number 14, Hayden Brickner. And the rest of the Cougars. The assistant coaches are Chris Johnson and Ted Cheatbrow. Head coach is Rich Menny. Now let's meet the starting lineup for Minnetonka. In goal, junior number 1, Charlie Glockner. On defense, senior number 5, Andrew Hicks. His offensive partner, senior number 20, Dylan Heim. The left wing, junior number 29, Jack Bayless. The right wing, sophomore number 34, Teddy Lagerback. And the center is sophomore number 9, Bobby Brink. And the rest of the Skippers. Their assistant coaches are Steve Aronson and Jack Hillen. Head coach is Sean Goldsworthy. Here are tonight's game officials on the lines are Rico Guzman. Nick Svack. Your referees are Tony Lancette and Jay Borman. The anthem was played to begin our evening session. We are now ready for our second Class AA semifinal.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, game 2 of the semifinals of the Class AA Minnesota State High School Hockey Championship round, along with Bart Archer and Pete Wagner. Great to have you on board here tonight, Bart. What a day we've had here today.
Well, it's been a weekend, but yeah, today has been a day. Obviously, you called both AA games, so you've been here a long time today, Pete. You've done a great job. Your voice is holding up quite well, as is your energy.
It's a muscle.
But the Cougars did you a favor by wearing those jerseys with the numbers on the front and
love
the back.
it.
I wish I could focus on them.
I mean, seriously, Bart. I mean, it's the greatest gift an announcer could have. Great sweaters, old school, the number right on the front.
Yep, going to be a good one.
We're underway here from the XL Energy Center. Thanks for joining us right here on the stateofhockey.com, along with Bart Archer and Pete Wagner. Full coverage of the tournament as we continue it all week right here. Scores! Oh, my word! Just going through the pleasantries to get this one started, and the Cougars, off the back door, that's Brickner, just fought it off and chipped it into the back of the net for the 1-0 lead.
Well, and if you remember last night against St. Thomas Academy, they came out with worlds of energy, couldn't get the puck into that area, but the first shot banked off Glockner from below the end line, it looked like. But it was actually Brickner, as you said, it was behind the goal line, banked off the torso of Charlie Glockner. Kind of a tough way to start the game for the Minnetonka goaltender. Right out of the gate, just 17 seconds into this period. Already
that was easy, Chan, in full force.
But that's kind of relaxed them a little bit. I mean, they if they had any anxieties coming into this is going to relax them a little bit. But Minnetonka, no worse for the wear. They've been in this position before, and they can score goals in a hurry. So, but an exciting start to this contest already.
In front of the skipper net it goes. It's going to be Lutke over for Doctor. They're in a 1-0 hole. Here are the Skippers just 17 seconds into the game.
We'll have to start the pleasantries a little earlier tomorrow night.
My goodness. What happens when you have to go get a drink of water in between games? You don't have much time. And you see all the jackals that want to ask you questions.
You have an entourage, Pete. You need bodyguards, perhaps.
I do. I absolutely do. Kind of like Micheletti, who has to go down the stairs because he's too big time.
No, you did. You took it out of context.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I did. Back up to the neutral zone it goes. Look at Bart Archer. Oh, I love Pat. Great guy. Oh, turnover, chance in front. Glockner quickly covers. And they're coming in waves for the Cougars. That was Jack Menny. Brickner and Menny each had big goals last night.
Yeah,
against the St. Thomas Academy Cadets.
And Wagner last night was by far the best player on the ice, aside from goaltender Travis Allen. But they're picking up where they left off. They're showing really, really good energy. Whether they can sustain it or not is, I guess, the question. But Charlie Glockner, he looks settled. He got a chance to touch the puck after that one, but kind of a dubious start for the very quality goaltender for the Skippers team.
Now it's going to be the Cougars up the boards. He was off the left post. It's from behind the net. And he banked it in off him. Didn't quite have it sealed off.
Pretty astute play by Brickner to make that play happen.
Uncanny. Low height plays to Hicks off the right wing boards. Rings that one back in behind.
Offside.
Swung around the wall there by Wagner. Wagner, Francis. Watch for all these guys. This is a good group. Wagner goes inside out, in on goal. Oh, he nearly put that one in off the short side. And then he goes to the net and gets a little bit of a how's she going from Lowhite.
Well, Lowhite's got to keep his emotional self in check tonight. He's a very emotional player, kind of takes things a little bit personally, but he kind of checked him in after the whistle right in front of the referee. He's going to have to play a little bit more close to the vest than that. They need him on the ice. He's not going to help him from the penalty box, but good start by Centennial Cougars. They're getting to the net, and it was Wagner that put a pretty good shot on Glockner. From this angle, it looked like it might have tickled the twine, but Glockner kept it out. But a really nice push by the Cougars early in this first period.
It's exactly what you want if you're the Cougars. Face off in the skipper zone as it's going to be played back up into the left wing side by the Skippers. Forced back behind. It's McGannon with it as he rings the boards. Elder reaches for it. Good energy, as Bart said, by Centennial as they continue the pressure. They'll walk that one down the wall. As it's played back through. Bodies flying everywhere in front of the bench area. You know how to call that one. Crawl with it. Breaks out to the right wing side for the Skippers. That blue line has tripped 2 people now. Cross line again, and they had a man down low in front. That's Andes. Who was that? Was that Worth that bit it over there, or Mayhew?
It was Mayhew. Oh,
Same
wait, it
spot.
was Lyle, wasn't it?
No, yeah, that's right. From Duluth East. Literally, they sprawled out the same way. It was like it was on purpose.
Well, it is like there's a nail, and they took a nail in the tire, and they blew a tire on that one. But he got up. He still continued to make the play.
How cocky is that radio crew from Duluth East right now?
Oh.
I mean, they are just feeling it.
Well, I feel a steely-eyed glare.
It's something else.
Bring it on.
It's great because he's looking at you knowing you're the Hornet. I thought you guys were going to fight circa Anchorman.
Well, he better invite some friends to make it fair.
It was just on. It was so good. Back in behind the net it goes. It's great stuff.
No hitting in the face.
Aaron's with it. Great. That one's an icing call. 4-0 your shots on goal in favor of Centennial.
Well,
back into the Cougar zone we go. We haven't even really gotten into Travis Allen and the play he had last night. Oh, was he good against St. Thomas
That
Academy.
one save against, I don't know which Christie it was, but it was a wide open save. It actually kept them in the game, and then they got some energy from that, came back and took that game away. Minnetonka starting to get their legs about them on offensive zone face-off. Zone exits have been challenged by this forecheck from Centennial. It's created problems for Minnetonka Skippers backline that we haven't seen too much this year. They're pretty efficient out of their zone, but so far tonight they've been challenged pretty aggressively. Ooh, Lutke. He blew the tire of the blue line
there's something going on out there. It's like a speed bump, that blue line. They're hitting it too hard. Bottoming out. That's 3 guys now.
I know, and 3 pretty good players,
I know.
too.
It's not like they don't know how to skate. McGregor with it now. Watch out for him, Mr. Hockey finalist. Back up along the line, deflected in by Stewart. He had a good game against the Cadets last night. Bayless now with it. Plays it ahead. That's off the skate. Nice job by Kofi to keep it alive. He's going to play this one down in the corner. Jams in hard to the wall. Low heights there as he stood up on the play by Brule. Now they're going to play it to the high right point. Molinar was there. Low height now as he's bumped in front of the bench area. Another Mr. Hockey finalist across the line. Now Molinar can shoot, and that's right into the glove. Travis Allen, nice glove hand save. You got to earn your marks against him. We're going to keep it here, Bart Archer.
Okay, well, we've seen Molinar come in from that left dot or left circle before and pick that upper corner, but it was Allen that made that save look easy with his glove hand. Molinar is one of those players that can be a game breaker. 29 goals on the season so far, so no stranger to the scoring area. But Travis Allen once again flashed the leather. He did that many times last night, but he looks like he's very calm and very confident after last night. That had to give him a little extra juice. But I like the way the Centennial team is playing. They're playing their positions. They're not getting too aggressive. I think they understand the gravity of the situation that they're in, but it's not too big for them. And you have to credit Coach Rich Meny for getting him in the proper frame of mind to be ready to play from the first drop of the puck.
That's a big part of it, Bart, no question. You know, if you can get your game enacted right away, I think it's just a lot easier to find it and stay with it than if you're searching for it. That's the understatement of the century, but there's a lot of truth to that.
Well, in Minnetonka, normally they're the ones that come out and inflict their will right away, get into that rhythm, get everybody involved because they can roll over three lines effectively. But they were staggered a little bit. Just an owly goal to initially start, and then the follow-up opportunity came, and that was a pretty good look too. And that's just something that Minnetonka isn't quite used to. It looks like they got their kind of the legs under them. As long as they stay away from the blue line over in front of the benches, I think they're going to be just fine. But Minnetonka, we got a lot of hockey to play, but I really like the energy out of the Cougars. And Minnetonka, pretty good pushback so far. Look for that trend to continue.
Indeed, you are correct, Bart Archer.
It's going to be low height in the face-off dot with Jack Meny, who had a big goal last night as well, as you brought up before. Absolutely. His papa was a little proud on that one, I'm thinking.
Just a little.
Beaming with pride. Like Lee Smith when Garrett Smith scored that overtime game winner at Eden Prairie Community Center. Just thought I'd put it in
that one, yeah.
That was a big goal.
Puck is played back to the left wing side as McGregor tries to play that one out.
Oh, numbers.
And they do have numbers across the line. Chance in front. Scores! Meny. Oh, he takes the feed there. That's a Wagner to Meny feed across the line. Look out, at 12:41 to go in the first period. It's 2-0 Cougars.
Well, one thing that Minnetonka's defense, they have a lot of confidence. They just got a little aggressive, got caught in tight, and it was Centennial came back with numbers. It was Carter Wagner that actually gained the zone, drew the defenseman over, and waited for Meny to get into a spot. And just a nice little area play. He went 5-hole on Glockner, spread the pillows, and tucked it in underneath. 2-0 Centennial. Minnetonka, they better get on their horse and get pushing forward, but they just can't be so aggressive as far as trying to push the play up when you have speed like this Centennial Cougars team has. Got to pick your spots.
What a feed by Carter Wagner, though. I mean, he just high-speed player. You know, impressive yesterday, impressive today.
Yep.
I was lucky enough to work on, produce that High School Hockey Weekly show, and I had a couple highlights from him from the season that were sent my way from some people that shot those games. And I thought, man, this kid is a good player. You hear about McGregor and all the others, and Francis on this team, and you've got McGregor to deal with, or you got Wagner to deal with as well.
Absolutely, and we talked about it last game.
Wrist shot. Cracked there by Allen. Kroll now plays it down the right wing side. Elder is there. Skipper's now with a push. They trail 2-0 here early on. Lucas McGregor on the assist as well. Got a chance in front that's steered away. 11:50 to go in the period. 6-2 shots on goal. They favor Centennial. They have 2 on the scoreboard right now. Boy, if you're Minnetonka, you're going to want to close this thing down. How about this? Just handed a sheet from Tim Pulamine, your potential third place. Matamidi, well, one of them is Hermantown Matamidi.
Which is going to draw some fans. Sure.
Edina Taka. 1 and 2. It's far from over here, but that was just being pointed out by him as he's getting ahead of himself as he's taking his camera down to the shooting well. Here comes Brink. He's dangerous in on goal. Allen didn't bite for the shoulder juke, and he makes the save.
Well, we've seen many goaltenders throughout the course of this season fall for that one. But Brink, a magician with the puck, he just tried to spread the pillows out on Allen, but he had nothing to do with that. The point I was trying to make is on these rosters, you have your prominent primary players and you have your support players, and there's always one prominent player that kind of disappears. I don't want to say they don't play the game the proper way.
Or get taken away.
But, right. But there's always one player that always rises up that you don't expect. I mean, like the Dietzler from Edina way back when came in, and he was a bit of a hero. But who's going to be the person that's going to step up tonight? The point I was trying to make is Wagner is one of the big prominent players that actually is a driving force for this team. So he showed up to play this tournament like we hoped he would.
Big check off the boards there as it's in front. Save. Molinar tried to tuck it home. Allen fights that off as Molinar wanted the rebound. Wow, what a goaltender this Allen is. I'll tell you, Travis Allen's something else.
Well, if you're going to beat him, you're going to have to earn it. And he's faced Bobby Brink point blank. Now he's faced Molinar point blank, and those are two very highly skilled offensive players. And then it was McGregor that came in to support his goaltender. And I think, a little exception was taken by the Minnetonka Skippers players, but they're getting down tight and putting pressure on Allen. I think if you're a Skippers fan, you have to be encouraged by the recent play.
Indeed you do. Puck is played back into the zone there as it's going to be rung up to the wall. 10:50 to go. Low height with it. Throws that one through the slot area. Doctor pokes this down to the corner. Doctor walks along the line, pulls it, holds it, shoots. Oh, and a big save there. Kofi is there, and Allen is shaken up on the play.
And I don't know if it was the puck that hit him or if it was a low height down low battling with McGregor. Yeah, but we'll have to see if we can sneak a peek on the replay on that. But Allen is down, and he's not getting up. But it was a nice job by Doctor to walk it in, change the angle of it. But there's a lot of traffic in front, and it looks like it. I think it was a bit of a cross check to the neck area by Lowhite. He was kind of driven into the goal by the defenseman, or not the defenseman, but I believe it was Manny that was minding his defensive responsibilities, but I think he just got one in the neck. But he plays on. He's up, face off to his right. Cougars win the face off, clear the zone.
And then it's the Skippers in with it. Back at center. Francis was there. Now it's going to be Hicks back behind his own net. Stewart is on him. Cougars work the offensive zone from the corner.
Well, if you're going to have success against Minnetonka, if you can win the battles down low, it really bodes well. In fact, that's how Edina beat Minnetonka pillar to post that 8-2 game. They just went down and put the bodies on them and really softened up the defense. And that looks like what the Cougars are trying to do tonight.
Indeed, it is, Bart. And once again, it's sticking to your game plan. That is the key.
And they have the speed to pull it off. I mean, they can dump the puck deep and actually win the race to the puck and challenge a 50-50 puck down low in Minnetonka. If they can keep doing that all night, it's going to be a huge challenge for Minnetonka to answer that call.
Skippers across the line. It's going to be Doctor to carry this one behind the net. The defensemen get very active in this Minnetonka offensive juggernaut. And icing will be the call with 9:29 to go in the period.
Well, as Wagner was he was in a foot race with Lutke. Both of them couldn't catch up with that puck. But Josh Lutke and Grant Doctor are two defensemen that we're going to probably say their names quite a bit. And it was Doctor that started to get into the fray a little bit by walking that puck in. But if those defensemen for this Minnetonka Skipper team can be offensively relevant, it's going to be very difficult for the Cougars to not only contain but to sustain defensive coverage against those guys. They're very dynamic and they can move the puck quite well. And they certainly have enough options up front to get the puck to with some success. But the Cougars so far, 9:29 left in the first period, leading 2-0 over Minnetonka. Shots on goal, Minnetonka 8, Centennial 7. If you back it up a little bit, it was 6-1 at one point. So Minnetonka's really been the better team the last couple minutes. They're hanging in pretty tight.
Indeed they are, Bart Archer. I mean, all sorts of computer malfunctions going on here.
Well, that's why I'm trying to filibuster.
I have no idea what's going on with my keyboard.
I'm trying to filibuster and buy you some time.
I try to type on it. It's just not happening.
I wish I got paid by the word. I'd be a rich man right now.
I don't even know. I wish I could tell you. I might have to go grab Tim Kolomainen's big computer over there to make things happen. He's got the 27-inch Mac computer there.
That's pretty impressive. He had to bring a dolly just to wheel that thing in here.
He did. I saw him walking in here. I'm like, look at that poor sap, and it turns out to be him.
I know. Just think of all the other
he looked like he yeah, I say we got to bring some groceries out of there, too. What do you got going on?
Yeah, it's bathroom supplies. They hitched a ride with him. Boy, Lucas McGregor is uncommitted as far as college. That's 28 goals, 40 assists, 68 points, 3 shorties, 4 game winners. Boy, you think somebody'd have an interest in him. I'm sure they do.
Definitely.
It just hasn't been committed yet.
No question there, Bart.
Oh!
There's a chance in front that almost finds its way. Molinar again. That dribbles through.
Boy, Lougheed and Molinar have really been very, very effective for this Minnetonka skipper team. And then I think if you have Cote on the wing, Cote's got the wheels. Molinar can finish, and Lougheed brings a little bit of everything. So that's a very difficult line for anyone to contain. But so far, Centennial's done a reasonable job, but they are getting down low and putting pressure on Travis Allen, the Cougar goaltender, face-off outside the Centennial zone.
Trailing 2-0 with 9:18 to go in the period. The Skippers and the Centennial Cougars with the right to play the Duluth East Greyhounds for the championship. Molinar finds Cote down low. That misses the mark. And here come the Cougars once again out of the zone. That's off Molinar. Lutke comes away with it as he looks up ice. Josh Lutke can skate. Plays it to the left wing side. A nice job to break that up. Stepping up to make the play was Brule. Back in behind the net. Cut off by the skipper goaltender Glockner. He can move it quite well. Now it's Lutke across the line. Stick handles down to the left side. Looks back through. That's away from Molinar. Now it's going to be Molinar with it. Off his stick, and the Cougars will transition back the other way. 3-on-3 through the neutral. This game is settled in a little bit now if you're a skipper fan. If you're the Cougars, like where you're at. Cote with it. Tried to find his man in front. That's Brink who comes away with it. Tries to turn away. A very ferocious player. A lot of intensity to his game.
Well, a lot of times people think that if you're a playmaker, you play a little soft. Bobby Brink does not play a soft game.
He's just a sophomore.
Oh.
I mean,
he's been around for a while.
Can you imagine him as a senior? Played last year.
I look forward to it.
Already committed to the University of Denver.
That's a pretty good program, don't you think?
Down low in the slot area. I would love to play there if I had the chance. Off the side of the net. That's Francis Bidd. Down goes a Cougar. That's Canner. And that's Bayless to play ahead. They'll play this to the left wing side. Here's Lager back with it. Wrist shot. Oh, he had the short side. Just missed the mark there. Great look there for him. Up high it goes. Hicks makes a move to the slot area. Wrist shot. That's off the end boards there. That was quite the bullet there. Back up high it goes now. Hine plays it to the right wing side. Hicks shot's blocked. There's the Cougars taking the shooting lanes. Hine goes hard off the glass, and the carom all the way back into skipper territory.
Wow.
As they're going to have to regroup and play this one up the left wing side.
Shades of Jason Pominville.
Lager back is there. Oh, my word.
Sorry.
Look at that. Bart Archer holding it personal.
Sorry.
Lager back is there. Aarons. And they'll play this over to the corner with Dakawa. Back into the neutral zone. Hicks was there. Across the line. Here come the Cougars to the corner looking to center the feed. There is Caleb Nelson. The puck's going to be played back up to the point. Right side, Carlson plays behind the net, picked off by the skipper defense. And it's going to be a long pass up the center. Nice job. Elder cuts back against the grain. He's checked on the play. And they're going to turn this one right back up ice with Hermes. Now across the line it goes. It's going to be handled by the Skippers behind their own net. Doctor with it. Looks to skate and find some room, but he's going to be cut off by McGregor in the neutral zone. And it's going to be turned over into the Cougar end as they'll play this D-to-D, and they'll angle the pass too far for Wagner on the right wing side. And they're going to call that one, whistle it down at the line.
Well, that is offside, but one thing I'm impressed with the Cougar forwards coming back to defend is they're getting sticks on the puck. Doctors tried to rush a puck up. Lutke's tried to rush a puck up, and the busy sticks of these Cougars are really limited their forward progress in the neutral zone. If they can contest in the neutral zone like this, like they have so far, they're going to have a great chance for success tonight. If you're a Skippers fan, you can kind of relax because they're starting to kind of get into their rhythm. They're starting to find their game. The only thing missing right now is a tally on the scoreboard.
And a whistle on the play. 6:03 to go. We'll face it off in the neutral zone now between these two teams.
Boy, it's nice to see that not everybody bailed after that last game. Still great representation out here by the fans. Treated to a pretty good hockey game.
What they'll do is they'll sell extra tickets. So if you're more interested in this game and they see that Edina is all out of here, they sell all the Edina seats.
Oh, sure.
And that's how you get 24,000. Shh. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, that's our secret. Keep
That's
it between us.
Back across center. Lutke with it. Carries this down low. He tried to muscle his way into Allen, who's been so stout in goal here for the Cougars in his first almost 4 periods of play at the XL Energy Center. Doctor looks this one up ice. He protects the puck and tucks it back in behind. Kothi was there. Kothi comes away with it. Doctor top of the left circle. Wrist shot. Save. Rebound. Doctor gets it back. Puts it into the goal mouth area. Lowhide takes 2 swipes at it there.
Well, and then they took exception to Lowhide. He's down. He's covering his face. And I don't really know what happened, but he took a couple swipes at the puck, which a hockey player would do. You play to the whistle, and that's what Lowhide does. But I think there might have been an errant stick or something that at least shocked him enough. He's up. He's a tough young man, so no harm. But I think a stick might have kind of just broached the back of his neck or that area. But take a moment to pause, kind of regroup a little bit. But I'm sure he'll be right back. He's not even going to the bench right now, so no harm, no foul. But kind of a trying moment for this Cougars team.
Indeed it is. 5:17 to go in the first period. Cougars with a goal early on, and then another one a little bit later. It was Brickner who scores, and then Meny to make it 2-0.
Yeah, and shots at one point, I believe, were 6-2 for the Centennial Cougars. Now it's 11-8 Minnetonka, so Minnetonka is actually playing a lot more responsible, a lot more comfortable in their own zone, but they're getting some speed through the neutral. They're getting in deep, but Cougars have done a pretty good job of forcing things to the outside, and then when it gets in tight, the Cougars converge and condense and really make it difficult for the Skippers team to get a good look at the net. And this is a Skippers team that can score goals in bunches too. 166, I believe,
impressive
on the year, averaging about 5 goals a game. So far, they have the big cipher on the scoreboard. 5:17 left in the first period. They still have plenty of time to put a notch on the scoreboard in their favor.
Coaches and officials, respect and responsibility is why we play.
Nothing's going to be easy, right, Pete Wagner?
I have no idea. I'm multitasking. I'm writing stories, posting image galleries, tweeting, calling play-by-play, keeping the score, the whole thing, and it's just now the keyboard doesn't work.
Well,
it's like,
and it's not a
pretty
battery
crazy
situation, right? Okay, but I'm running out of interesting things when I do my filibuster, trying to cover the deals. But they've given plenty of things to talk about. This has been a really fun contest to watch. Both teams are relevant. Both teams came to play. But Centennial, they just have such good forward speed. It's a not seeing Centennial all year long. They were one of my dark horse favorites coming in, just looking at the numbers, but I'm very impressed with their team speed up front.
turn around from the face-off. That's Lagerback to play that one. Doesn't hit the mark. Lagerback again. Plays this down the rail. Gets a little bit of help from Bayless. Now Brink is there. Stopped on the play by Francis. Just a muscle play there by the Cougar defenseman. There's only 2 teams left, of which will have the right to play the one team from the playoffs that hasn't lost yet in Duluth East. Play to the corner for Brink. You have to go 6-0 to win this thing. Lagerback shots steered aside by Allen. He is just really dialed in and goal.
You're right, and to dovetail off your point, it doesn't get any easier each level you get to either. The first one, I'm not saying it's easy, but it gets tougher and tougher and tougher the deeper you get in.
That's about a 2.5-week odyssey. First penalty coming up in almost 4 periods of hockey. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, if he didn't call that one, then I'd say something's amiss. But it was a legitimate penalty. He got his money's worth on that, but it's going to be William Francis, the stalwart junior defenseman for this Cougar team. So not only are they going to be on the penalty kill, but they're missing one of their primary penalty killing defensemen as well. So up to the Cougars to pick up their mate while they're in the box, kill this penalty up. But what a great opportunities for this Minnetonka Skippers team. Their power play in the state tournament is about 33%, 50% during section. So this is a team that can work the man advantage and put the puck in the net.
Lowhite and Cothey will be up front, along with Molinar. It's going to be Krull and Hicks on the back line. Hicks plays to the right side. Molinar back up for Hicks. Gives back over for Molinar. Down low they go. Lowhite gets it. Score! Oh, that's off the post. I thought that thing was buried into the back. That thing was in and out quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're probably looking at that right now. I'm sure that was not a goal, but that was a shot and a half. Back in off the end boards, poked to the line, but not out. Hicks with 3:50 to go in the period, 1:31 to go in the power play. Deflects wide of the mark. Cothey is there. Now he gets it to Molinar. Hicks with it. Now it's Krull. Left circle, try to guide that one through, and it's going to be played back up high to the line with Hicks. They wanted the one-timer, couldn't get it. Hicks gets it back. He's going to walk and play back off to the right wing side. There's a shot that misses the mark. Big Karam comes up to the line. Hicks will handle, plays back over for Molinar, turns away from McGregor. Nice job there to shake him off. Plays it down low. Lowhite with it now. They'll try to, Cothey rather, try to find Lowhite. There's Allen to cover that one up.
Well, really nice penalty kill by the Centennial Cougars. Kind of going outside the conventional box. They went into more of a diamond, try to interrupt some passing lanes, and then they went back to the box. So they're continuously adjusting, but they're keeping this Minnetonka team on the periphery, giving Travis Allen a chance to see the puck and save the puck. But Travis Allen's probably going to have to be their best penalty killer for the final 59 seconds of this penalty to William Francis of the Cougars. Boy, nice keep by Doctor on that one.
Play that one down low. That's Bayless. They'll hold that one. Brink wanted to try to go up high. It's going to be hard to just beat this goaltender. He needs second chances and screens.
Well,
he's proving that positionally he's stopping things left and right.
Pete, one thing that worries me a little bit is he's very gingerly getting up, and it looked like it was Lagerbach that tried to take a swipe at that rebound. He might have caught him in the mask or stunned him a little bit, but he's seen a lot of action lately in the last 5, 6, 7 minutes of this period, and now 48 seconds left on the penalty to Francis. Again, Allen's going to have to come up big if Minnetonka wins this faceoff. And they do.
Now it's Brink, right wing side. Oh, a glove save and a beauty. Once again, Allen goes from right to left and pulls that one right out of the air. He's smiling away down there, having a blast.
And it was against Jack Bayless, the junior forward. 22 goals on the season, and 5 of them have been on the power play, so no stranger. It was just the right dot. He took a one-time shot, but it was Allen that came over, made a big glove save. We saw that last night. We saw it again tonight.
14-8 shots mounting for the Skippers, 38 to go in the power play. They'll play this one down low. Bayless comes away with it, plays to the corner. Brink is there, plays back up. Now it's going to be Doctor, back over for Brink. Down to the corner they go. One-timer, Lager back, fanned on it. They'll poke away at that one. The puck's loose. They score! Oh, that was money, but the official was back in behind the net, pointing away. He didn't blow the whistle. He saw it was free. A hard-working power play goal for the Skippers. It's 2-1.
Yeah, it's going to be Bobby Brink with his 17th. He scored a couple last night, and that trend is continuing. But they just had numbers down low. They just overwhelmed them with numbers, and the puck was open and not frozen, so the whistle had not blown, and they just kept forcing. He made the initial save, but then the puck kind of danced on Stewart, the defenseman for the Cougars, and then it was out in the blue. But then it was Lagerbach that got one stick on it, but it was Brink that actually finished that one off, rolled up and over the goaltender and into the goal area. So power play goal, just 19 seconds left on the penalty to Francis, so they almost succeeded, but that formidable Minnetonka power play strikes, so it cuts the lead to 2-1. Centennial still has the advantage, but Minnetonka with a huge push, and that power play did not hurt their cause.
17-8 are your shots on goal. Now Lowhite and his line come out with Lutke and Doctor on the back end.
But he had plenty of support, but that puck seemed to have eyes and found its way into the back of the net. But Skippers get rewarded for a lot of hard work. Now the Cougars need to roll up their sleeves and get back to business.
Face off at center ice. And a very uneventful goal. I guess you can't call a goal uneventful, Bart, but nobody really saw it go in except for the official behind the net.
Well, he was in the good proximity, made a definitive call, and the light came on, so Minnetonka gets rewarded.
They get by Doctor with McGregor back to the corner. Low height jumps on him quickly, though, as they lock horns. Stick save by Glockner. Lutke wanted Kothi, and no ice on the play as Kothi ties up with Francis. That was muddy to the right wing side. It's going to be Lutke to play that down the rail. That's picked up now by the Cougars. Off the hand of Molinar, couldn't quite handle. Wide of the mark. Lutke with it. Plays this one back up to the left wing side for Molinar. He plays that one ahead. Elder is there to play it. He has a man in front. Elder's going to try to bulldoze his way to the net, but he was stopped and cut off by Ahrens. Nice play there. Doctor from the left point. Shot, save, rebound. Oh, no, rebound held on to by Allen.
Well, he needed to hang out of that. Minnetonka had some numbers down low, but he tracked that puck through a lot of traffic in front of him. It was a good shot from the point, but he snared that with a glove about 1.5 feet off the ice. But a lot of Minnetonka skippers in front of his sight line, so you have to do a better job of blocking out. But two skippers were behind the defenseman, so if there was a rebound, could have been a trying moment for this Cougars squad, but they survived that battle. 1:31 left in the second period. Cougars hanging on with 1-goal lead.
For Brink, that's his third of the tournament.
Yep.
As you mentioned, 17th on the season. Stick save. Ooh, Allen was looking behind. It's been all skippers for probably the past 9 minutes.
Yeah, and if you remember last night, that might be the third straight goal for Brink coming from last night. But if you remember last night, Cougars showed 7 minutes of solid energy. Then STA started to come back, and I think Minnetonka has kind of taken a page out of that book and started to take the play away from them.
But then the Cougars responded when it was on.
Absolutely.
They did a terrific job in replying, if you will. Heim with it now, plays it to his partner, Hicks, on the right side. Ahead they go, left wing side, Elder across the line. His shot was deflected there by Brulette, and it's going to be played from the left wing to the right. That's off the skate of Brickner, who had the game's first goal just seconds into it. And with less than a minute to play at 59.3, will face off at center ice.
Well, I really like the stick work on this Cougar squad. If they can't catch him physically, they just put their stick out there, but they're very calculated the way they go about their business, but they make it very, very easy to possess, or very difficult to possess the puck, but their busy sticks are really what they're really excelling at so far in this game anyway.
1 minute remaining in the first period, 1 minute.
Skippers will play this one ahead, back into the corner. Kothi, bumped by Francis. Molinar plays this one off a player, and that's a turnover in the neutral zone from the Cougars to the Skippers, and offside at the line.
Well, just tried to bump it off the boards, but kind of a funny angle off that boards. Otherwise, the Cougars could have had a rush down the ice, but play seems to just stop once it gets to the red line, and that's a credit to the way that the Skippers are positioning themselves, but they're making it very difficult for the zone exits for the Cougars.
43.5 to go in the period. Face-off played back by the Cougars in their own zone. Lutke breaks that one up, gets away from one man, nearly lost the handle, had to be quick. If he ran into Wagner, he's okay. Ooh, that was ugly. And offside the call.
Oh, and then
Doctor got shaken up.
Yeah, it was William Francis that kind of just fell on top of him, and he's not a small man, and that ice doesn't get much. He's just got to catch his breath a little bit, but he's got the stick over the knees, and he's bent over. He'll be just fine, but he's got to take a moment to slow to the dot, people. Give him a chance to regroup.
Oh, Lutke just got smoked.
Yep.
They show the Doctor injury first.
So that's one way to kind of get their attention.
Well,
is
you get
to
those top two defensemen out of the lineup.
Yeah, you got to bring the physical game. If you can catch them and slow them down, that doesn't hurt the cause.
30.2 seconds remaining here in the first period. Back into the Cougar zone it goes. Aaron's behind his own net for McGregor. Try to clear that off the boards. It's picked off. Bounding puck in on goal. As it's the Cougars of Centennial that break out, and they're cut off now. It's going to be Bayless try to work his way to the slot area. They look back up high. Turn, that's off the side of the net. Short side bid for Lagerback with 8 to go in the period.
He didn't miss by much.
No, he didn't. It's a well-placed shot. They'll pin up off the boards, and that's going to wind it out for the period. And it's 2-1 in favor of Centennial.
Well, if there could be a level of consistency, the Cougars, they'd be in really good shape, but it's not a detriment to the Cougar style of play. It's just Minnetonka is that good where they finally kind of got there a little bit of offensive traction, and that goal on the power play seemed to kind of lift their spirits and make them play Skipper's type of hockey. But again, Cougars going to the locker room with a 2-1 lead against the number 1 rated team, the number 1 seed in this tournament. So Coach Rich Minnie has to feel very strong about the way his team played. It seems like when they have the offensive push, they do very, very well. But when they struggle defensively, it's Travis Allen that has answered the bell so many times for the squad that it makes them play a little bit better because they can afford to make a mistake because he's the final line of defense.
We're going to take a timeout. We're going to lose the stream here maybe for a second. I got to figure out this keyboard situation so we can get the news, get this right. We'll be back with more right after this. 3 goals scored in the second period. We did have to jump off the air for the second to get this computer rebooted. It worked.
Well, thank you for staying with
When
us,
in doubt,
everybody.
reboot. How about the summary, Bart Archer?
Well, at the 17-second mark, it was Hayden Brickner scoring from Stewart and Francis for Centennial. Then at 4:19 mark, it was Jack Menny from Wagner and McGregor. Minnetonka answered back at the 14:23 mark. It was Bobby Brink from Teddy Lagerbach and Jack Bayless. Shots on goal that period. Minnetonka 21. Centennial was 9. 21 shots on goal to Centennial's 9. And a good part of those came in the last 10 minutes where they had 2 shots for a period of time, and then they kind of turned up the heat. Up to Centennial to come out with a little energy right now. Even though they have the 1-goal lead, Minnetonka seems to have the momentum.
We're waiting for the TV guys to chat it up a little bit. They finally do. And here we go. We get ready to start the period. And we're underway. Now, skippers will be moving from left to right across your screen. Lager back with it. Snapper turned aside by Travis Allen. Man, he's just stopping everything sent his way. It's been that good for him this tournament.
And Lagerbach had Brink on the weak side, but he opted to take that shot. But you're right, Allen just stands very tall, very confident.
Brickner, ooh, they wanted a quick early goal again, did the Cougars. Stewart sends a shot in on goal. Glockner the save. He'll hang on with 16:29 to go.
Well, you got a chance to possess the puck, so he started this period a little bit better than the other one. But Charlie Glockner's a good goaltender. We know that. He's 17-2-1, and when you play the schedule that Minnetonka has, and you have that kind of a record, that's pretty impressive. Save percentage of over 9. Might not see a whole bunch of shots, but when he needs to make the save, he seems to pick his team up when they need him the most. Kind of a dubious start tonight, though.
The dubious distinction.
It's just dubious.
How's your back?
Thanks for hitting it. It was good.
I just slapped Bart in the back, and I felt bad about that.
No, don't. People have far greater challenges than might be in my back.
Todd Mulliken thoroughly entertained. Shot, rebound! That one misses the mark. Skipper's bid. Allen, oh, and a big check by Brink on McGregor, and he's going to go for a charge. 2 minutes for a charge.
Is that Brink or is that low height?
That was Brink, I believe.
Okay.
Was that low height?
Well, it seems more like low height's MO. He does the bone crushing checks.
Yeah, they
they
don't feel good.
No, he lets you know when he's in the area, and he does it with a little vigor. But everybody's up and safe and okay. But it's going to be a great opportunity for Centennial early in the second period. It was a good legal check. He's just a very strong player.
Yeah, that's a checking. That was I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a checking hard penalty. I'm sorry, but it just. You can't penalize a guy for being strong. He wasn't moving his feet. He put his arms down.
He did it the right way. That's what you coach him to do, and that's the frustrating part about it is when they do what you coach them to do and get a penalty, that's not good. But again, the challenge is in front of Minnetonka. They have a very good power play.
And PK, here comes Brink, look for help. He said, okay. Oh, he goes inside out. He pulled it from behind. He nearly found a way on a terrific move. He just puts you to sleep. The sophomore is something else.
He's a
Never got to pull the trigger. Gets back into position to kill the penalty. Of course, his father, Andy Brink. Oh, no, they're going to give it to Brink again. Allen's going to go off for a skate.
Had to.
Waddled out to that puck. Looked like he had his waders on. Shoved it up the wall. Here come the Cougars with McGregor.
He with a hunting and fishing reference.
Oh, off the post, McGregor. That was clean. Oh, goodness. This is something else. What's going on? Now it's going to be Allen. He's going to handle it. Swings it away from the oncoming skipper player. That's the physical Elder on the play. Of course, we're talking about Ryan Elder. Now it's Brickner with it. Cross center ice. Brickner holds it, plays it to the corner. In on goal. Glockner the save. Reaches out, covers up. 14:45 to go in the period and 40 to go in the power play.
Well, it was good speed by Brickner through that neutral zone, and he did a good job of going wide. Put a shallow angle shot on the goal. Glockner made the save, but the puck kind of stood out there. But, boy, that one went right off the post. They're showing a replay of the McGregor, and it was on the inside part of the post. And in most cases, when it gets in that proximity, it deflects into the goal, but it deflected out by just a little bit. It is a game of inches. It's a game of centimeters in that situation. Said I go metric on that one, Molly. That one was for you.
Way to go, Bart Archer.
How about that? I'm raising my game.
Glad to know the bar can be elevated from time to time.
I didn't know I had a bar.
We just gave you one.
Oh, thank you.
Canner with it, cross center. 23 to go on the power play. Cougars work the offensive zone. Carlson was closing down on his man. Aarons from the right point slaps it off the boards, back in behind the net. Molinar tries to click it to safety. 10 to go in the power play. And there's a shot that hits Hicks in front in the back of the leg. And it's going to be Elder back up from center. Plays this one wide of the mark. Quick goal by the Cougars. They take the 2-0 lead. Skippers have been chasing this game the entire hockey game, like the Edina Hornets did against the Duluth East Greyhounds. There's a backhand shot there. Then a 1 and 2 seeds we're referring to.
It was a nice kill, though.
Lukey plays that over for Doctor. He's going to let the shot go. That deflects wide. Low height goes down in the play after he was sprung from his penalty. McGregor was right in great position to play a clearing attempt or a feed to the point up the wall, but turns it over in the neutral zone. Molinar doesn't like the real estate that's been given to him. And now it's the Skippers. Shallow angle shot there. Looked like they almost had too many men on the change there, but they're good. Now they're going to regroup back into the neutral zone. It's going to be Brink with it. He's going to have to regroup. Ooh, loses his edge there. Gets the puck back. Plays a long pass to the right wing side. That hopped the stick again.
Penalty on Centennial.
Bothie.
Jeez, it's Lucas McGregor that's going to go. It's a question of what they're going to do. He blew up Bobby Brink. Bobby Brink was facing the Centennial half wall, but it's a question of what they're going to call. If they called the low height penalty, they got to call that one. Just a question of what they're going to call it as.
And they did. We're going to take a timeout. High school hockey continues right here on the stateofhockey.com.
Tradition Companies is your one-stop shop for all your home and financing needs. From construction, land development, new home builders, mortgages, banking, and wealth management services, the Tradition family of companies has the solution for you. Visit traditionco.com. That's traditionco.com.
What if inspiration could come from where we least expect? And our path to the top was the road less traveled.
Whatever works.
What if we dared to be ourselves? And we never stopped creating.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey? In Minnesota, there is.
Love that State of Hockey commercial. You know who that voice is in that one, Bar?
Who?
Sammy Walker.
Oh, is it really?
He and Luke Lowhide are part of this. Nate Clark from the Mill St. Marcus. We went out and shot them to put that thing together.
Well, McGregor, they just gave him a minor penalty, so it's a power play for Minnetonka, but I think it was the appropriate call. Centennial on the penalty kill again.
12:48 to go in the second period. Back in behind the net. They'll ring the puck to the left wing side to the Skippers. Bayless lets that go. Brink is going to race into this one. Brink will carry this down low as he walks in on goal. Oh, he's brought down as he goes toward the goal mouth there. He looked at the official. Now Lagerback plays back up high. Doctor plays to Bayless right side. Deflected down low. It's Brink. His strap is unbuckled on his helmet right now. There's a shot blocker pad saved by Allen. Back in behind the net. And there comes Brink down the line. He's going to play this one back to Bayless. Lagerback is there. He has a man in front. Try to get it there. Stays on it. Lagerback with it. And try a shallow angle shot. That's not going to get you too far here, Bart, with a goaltender like Allen. He's not impressed with those kind of shots.
Well, not only that, but when you get support like Andrew Stewart did to cut off that centering pass, that doesn't hurt their cause as well. So they're really limiting the good looks as far as Minnetonka, but a lot of zone time down low. But Bobby Brink is just a magician with the puck. It seems like he just creates space, but he went through the crease, tried to cut in and put some pressure on Allen, and Allen has stuck his pad out and tripped him. Brink's not going to get that call if you go into the blue and the goaltender protects himself. But a good effort by Brink on that one, but better effort by Allen.
Now it'll be Hicks with it. Plays it to the slot area, picked up and gathered out of there by Many. Plays that one the length of the ice. And it'll be Glockner to set up behind the net with 44 to go in the power play for the Skippers. Up the middle they go. Hicks Plays to the left wing side. Now it's Lohheit. Had to reach behind and get it. Look out, here comes Wagner. He's not afraid to create. Bump by Hicks on the play. Kroll with it. Now Kothi plays to the left wing side. They better hurry because Wagner is hounding. Now the Skippers play the puck across the line. Back in the corner it goes. Fandon. Molinar comes with it off the end boards with 17 to go. Molinar's pass deflected by Wagner. Back up through center. Puck rattles its way into the Minnetonka territory as Hicks is going to turn this one up ice. He looks to his left, now to his right. Now it's going to be handled by Krull. Kothi is there. Now it's going to be to the corner. Loheight's there. They come together. Pulled out of there by Molinar. Cougars are at full strength. McGregor back on the ice. Just nearly had a puck and would have been off to the races there, but instead the Skippers controlling the offensive zone. Kothi with it. Protects and bumps off the end boards. Skippers in front. Lohheit trolls. Saved by Allen. I don't know if Lohheit got all of it on that, but there's enough for that would have been a beautiful goal, but Allen even a better save.
Well, and Aarons with another great defensive play, tied up Kothi. Got a little howly down low for the Cougars, but Aarons has really turned in a nice effort tonight. Name we don't say a whole bunch because we're going to take his play for granted, but that actually caused a zone clear. So, but Molinar did a nice job, nice redirect by Lohheit, and that's when Aarons tied up Kothi. Otherwise, he had a point-blank opportunity, and then Centennial was able to clear offsides face-off just outside the Minnetonka zone. 10:41 left in the second period. Centennial 2, Minnetonka 1. Shots on goal, Minnetonka 28, Centennial 12. Centennial's got to stay out of the box, Pete.
How about that number?
it's growing.
It is indeed. Center ice puck goes. Now it's going to be picked up by the Skippers. Ooh, that's the interference call coming up. The Skippers are drawing penalties left and right. That was Doctor that drew that one.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be Carlson, if my eyes aren't failing me, for the Cougars is going to go, but I think it was Doctor that really accentuated that play, drew the referee's attention. He gained the zone, and it might be an interference, it might be a hold, but when you take your hand off your stick and you wrap somebody up in front of a referee, chances are pretty good you're going to get called on that. But another opportunity on the power play for this Skippers team. The Centennial's not doing themselves any favor. Allen's going to have to be their best penalty killer once again.
Robert Carlson will go. Shallow angle shot. Stopped by Allen. Bump back in behind. Francis is there. He gets his stick clawed at there by Brink. As now it's going to be Bayless back into the corner. Away from Brink it goes. Lutke out of the corner. Down low on the left side. Try to bump it to Brink off Lagerback's stick to the left wing side. Now to the right side for Bayless. Back up high they go. It's going to be Doctor with it. Plays back over. Ooh, that went right through a Cougar player on the Brink wide pass to Bayless as he'll play this one back in behind. Now it's going to be Brink. Brink with it again. Checked by Francis. Nice job by the Cougars to keep that one to the outside.
Absolutely, as Francis, nice stick side check, separated him from the puck. Nice clear. 1:11 left in the penalty to Carlson for the Cougars.
Take this one back in behind the net with 9:25 to go in the period. Lager back on it now. One-timer. Doctor, pad save. Good one.
Look where he directed the puck into the corner, too.
Right where it's supposed to go. Brink waits for it. Now he carries it off to the left corner as he turns back into the corner again. Maintains the puck. Good puck protection there by him. Now it's, Bayless' shot. Lagerback wanted the put back. Couldn't get the rebound. Look back up high. Doctor, the one-timer. Bullet nearly found the 5-hole and a big save there. 33 to go in the man advantage.
Well, Minnetonka starting to move the puck around with some purpose, but it's Centennial kind of chasing the play. Minnetonka doing a very good job of getting it to the open man. It was Doctor that took the shot from just inside the blue, and it was Allen that made the initial save, and then the puck subsequently got back out front and another save. But there was a couple sequences where the Cougars were on the ropes, but they survived another battle. 33 seconds left in the penalty to Carlson. Boy, Allen has just answered the bell when his team needed him the most.
Face-off win by the Skippers. Molinar, there's a redirect off of Lohheit. He'll play this one out of the corner. Lohheit with it. Tries to protect the puck. Kothi is there. Kothi bumped on the play. Wagner hard off the board to the center ice area. It'll trickle its way all the way in to the wide side of Glockner. 10 to go in the power play with 8:32 to go in the second. 2-1 in favor of Centennial. Now it's Molinar carries this one. Stick save by Allen. 33-12 are your shots. Skippers look out high for low height. He's bothered on the play by Many. McGregor is there, plays back over for Many. Now it's going to be Molinar with it. Across line, nice little drop pass for low height. He walks into that. Wanted to go high glove. That goes hard off the glass. Had a screen working for him there too. Francis gets away from one man in the neutral zone as he's going to carry for the Cougars across the line. Fanned on by McGregor as he tried to play that one down low. Now it's Francis again. They have a man open. Oh, look out. Numbers over the top of the goal. Well, golden opportunity there. Low height plays the safety back for Lutke. Oh, he found a man. What great vision. 2-on-1 with a long pass. Skippers in on goal. Low height lost there. Check that. Molinar lost his angle. What a play.
Wow, it was a really nice play by Frank Weiss, the senior defenseman. He played that absolutely beautifully. And a continuation of the play was Molinar that went in and knocked the net off the mooring. So it'll be interesting to see where the faceoff's going to be. I think it should be outside the zone as it stands, but really some great defensive efforts by Frank Weiss.
Very good, solid there effort, as it was a good vision play by Lutke. He looks up ice and just slings it up the boards, and good things happen, Bart Archer.
How many times do we see him make just the proper play at the proper time? It's a play that not everybody on the ice would be able to make, or at least have the vision to see that player up the ice, and it really led to a quality opportunity. But again, Allen came up big, but it was Molinar that went a little bit wide, got a little shangle, tried to get the puck to Kothi, but that's where Weiss came in and really cut off that pass and limited his opportunities. Gave his goaltender a pretty good look at the puck, and he was a chance to square up. 7:39 left in the second period. The shots total now is at 34 for Minnetonka. They're going to hit the 50 mark before this one's over.
Allen has proven to be very difficult to beat here in this game.
Yeah, in fact, if he's not all tournament or all world after this is all said and done, there's got to be something wrong with the voting program. But he's really kept his team on top by this goal for really the almost 10 minutes of this period, but it's not from lack of chances for Minnetonka. You know, there have been 3 minor penalties by this Centennial team, and they aren't doing themselves any favor. They're making it very difficult, but they're hanging on. They're getting through the troubled times, and that's what good character teams do. Doesn't hurt to have a good goaltender.
The depth of this Skipper offensive threat is really impressive.
Yeah, and they have a lot of different. I mean, they have the speed, they have the snipers, they have the tough players. They really have a lot of checks in the right boxes, and that's why they're the number 1 team in the state and the number 1 seed coming into this tournament.
Right wing pass sent back in behind the net. Glockner watches that one sail wide of him. Fell down on the play. Bumped off the boards. Gets away from one man. Now it's handled by Hicks from the corner with 7:16 to go. Hicks across the line. They wait on side. His shot misses the mark from Allen. And the big carom up into the neutral zone. Heim was there. Now it's going to be played back out of the zone by Weiss. He made that great defensive play a moment ago. He's jammed on the play as he plays the puck to the right wing side a little bit too far. Heim has to be quick on his little counter off the end boards there, but the Cougars control at the line. Canner was there. He battles and keeps it alive and sent back in by Brickner behind Glockner in the Minnetonka's net. 6:40 to go in the second period. Now it's Hicks with it. Handled across the line again by Elder. Elder looks back up. Sent back into the corner. Off Elder's stick, and Francis, who's been huge tonight. McGregor, Wagner. Oh, is that offside?
That was a really close one, but it's a nice play by McGregor to get it to Wagner in stride coming over the blue line, but he got it a little behind him, and I think Wagner preceded the puck into the zone. Refs, the linesmen have great sight lines, so I'm sure they made the proper call, but really a good possibility for the Cougars to get some offensive pressure, but again, the whistle didn't hurt the Skipper's cause at all. Face off outside their zone.
No, it didn't, because there's some good energy on that one, Bart. Streaming ahead. Sent back into Minnetonka territory. Lutke regroups, plays up for Kothi to the right wing side. Kothi now leaves ahead, sent back in by Low Height. The ring will carry back to the corner. Francis is bumped on the play as they'll play this one back up. Low Height for Lutke. He's going to have to go with the foot race. Nice job to keep that alive as he plays that to the corner. Francis Now low height. You know, Josh Lukey is so dependable. It's scary. Always makes the right play.
Well,
even if he's got nothing, something happens.
And it's amazing how successful they were when he was out of the lineup. But, boy, when he came back, this team just started firing on all cylinders again.
McGregor now 2-on-1 with Wagner. McGregor holds. Wagner shoots. Oh, that one deflected last second. I believe that was that Kothi that made that play?
I think it was.
Now it's going to be Molinar. Carries that one outside. Bothered on the play by Francis. Blocked down. Nice play there along the line. There's a late man that's blocked. Nice job there by Aarons. Got shot by Brink. Brink now plays that over the left wing side. Skippers in the offensive zone have been very impressive here. Bounding puck, scores! Mr. Dependable Josh Lukey. It's 2-2. Big goal there by the Skippers.
Well, they just had numbers down low, got puck out in front of the net, and it was Lukey that was really all alone, just went backhand up and over the shoulder to Allen. I think that the Cougars were guilty of chasing the puck around. They had 3 people out by the blue line chasing the puck, and the play moved down low. Just a nice little chip pass, kept it in the zone. And then Lukey, sometimes the most dangerous player in the offensive zone is the player trailing the zone, and that's exactly what Lukey did. He had space to move, and Allen already down, just went up and over his shoulder. Now it's 2-2. Minnetonka's got some energy, 34 shots on goal, 2 goals, so you can see Allen is doing the best he can to keep that puck out of the net, but Minnetonka just overwhelmed him with numbers and talent down low.
Just tacked 2 more shots on there. Now it's 36.
They're going to get to 50, and it might be before this period is over.
We're showing Jack Hillen talking to his defenseman there. Very controlled situation there.
Boy, has he made quite an impact. I think Sean Goldberry's come in and really done a nice job, but it gets down to Jack Hill. We've talked about him every time we do a broadcast. We just we love the way this defensive unit plays. They play a very quiet game. They play a very forward game, and they're not shy on skill whatsoever. So he's got a wealth of riches to work with.
High school hockey continues right here on thestateofhockey.com.
Hockey is huge in Minnesota. We live and breathe it year-round. We grew up learning how to skate, and our best memories were made playing outside in the open air. And to share that with your friends who love the game as much as you do is pretty special.
The camaraderie of a hockey team is unlike any other sport. It really doesn't get any better than rallying some buddies together, heading down to the local rink, and skating for hours. So you create a special bond with your teammates. You all hang out together, you see them every day, and in the end, you know every guy in that locker room is going to be there for you when you need it.
Oh, here we go. Oh, what a beauty.
Beauty is a loyal and respected teammate, someone that's going to have your back on and off the ice. They work hard and know how to have a good time. Through our bold and timeless products inspired by our past, we strive to celebrate hockey and the lifestyle that comes with it.
Scoring for Minnetonka, number 3, Josh Lukey. First assist to number 2, Grant Doctor. Second assist to number 9, Bobby Brink.
Doctor and Brink on the assist to the Lukey goal. It's tied at 2. Nothing solved here at this stage with 4:40 to go in the second period.
Boy, how many times that been said? Lukey from Doctor and Brink. Probably a couple dozen times this year, I'll bet.
At least. Back up through the center ice area it goes. It's the Skippers moving again. 36-12, your shots on goal. They've been all over this situation after they gave up that early goal and they were trailing 2-0. Lagerback is there. Holds it and plays that one through everybody. Bounding puck. Lagerback again. Protects the puck to the corner. Teddy Lagerback on it. Looks to the slot area. That's deflected by the defense. Hicks will be forced to regroup in the neutral zone and send that back in behind as it's going to be Allen to set up for Francis. His pass is picked off right up the middle. Andes with a shot that's steered aside by Allen. His 35th save of the game. Francis. Ooh, again, near turnover there. As he'll play that one back. He's had a terrific game. He'll just forget about that shit. And it's going to be handled now by, we all have them,
yeah.
Andes,
First mistake he's made all weekend.
Exactly. Poked off a stick. Here comes Lutke. Oh, Josh Lutke can step up in the play. I mean, is he a short list Mr. Hockey finalist next year?
Well, he's
Seriously.
definitely in the conversation.
For sure, Reed Larson Award.
Well, and he's really laying the groundwork for making his case into next year. He's been a focused player all year long. His level of play doesn't dip. He's very consistent. He's a defenseman that Coach Sean Goldsworthy can roll out in every situation with confidence, and those are special players.
Luke Lohheit, the skipper's captain on the faceoff, headed off to the University of Minnesota Duluth. Perfect Bulldog. That one sent right into he's got a little grit to his game, some skill to go with it, right into the midsection of Allen as he hangs on.
Yeah, there's not much that Luke Lohheit can't do on the ice. I can't even say it once. What are you trying to get me to do it 5 times? But I think people undersell his quick hands. He can really release the shot very, very quickly. Doesn't give the goaltenders a chance to set up.
Kothi now from the corner. It's going to be Lohheit with it. Plays that up to the left point. Snapper through traffic. Hits Kothi. And here comes a pass. Ooh, nice quick hands there by Doctor to break that one up.
Hands of a doctor.
Absolutely. But he did stay at a Holiday Inn. Manny with it now.
Well done, Pete Wagner.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Todd Mulliken. Just selling all the jokes up here. This is great.
He's a very favorable audience up here.
3:02 to go in the second period.
Shots 38 Minnetonka, 13 Centennial. That number for Centennial has moved. Charlie Glockner hasn't seen a lot of action.
It's been odd because it's been all skippers in the offensive zone. And then you get these occasions where the Cougars will get these potential breaks or guys that sneak behind where it could be up. Here we go. And that's a little bit what was going on yesterday with St. Thomas Academy, but to the level of the way Minnetonka has really just taken them to the woodshed here in the offensive zone. It's been absolutely stunning.
Well, I think Minnetonka's done a good job of taking their energy away and taking a bit of their confidence in possessing the puck away. They've been known to do that to many good teams.
Offside at the line as Andy's had to reach behind to make the play. He and Francis come together.
Well, I think David Andes is going to take a little bit of an exception. I thought really William Francis got a little aggressive on that one after the play. It's one thing to kind of connect and to make contact, but then to put him down to the edge. I think Centennial dodged a bullet. They could have certainly got a penalty on that one. It's going to come outside the zone as well.
Looked like a hold to me, but Francis is huge, by the way.
He's a strong young man.
A lot of chirping going on right now between the two additions.
And that's not bad if you're the Cougars. Get Minnetonka kind of engaged in that. It'll maybe distract him from putting all these shots on goal. Try any defense you can against the Skippers.
Why not? 38-13 is the margin right now. Face off by the Skippers back all the way from the center ice area into their own zone. Doctor retreats. It's going to be a diamond trap played in by the Cougars off of that one. Now it's controlled by Brink at center ice. I'll check that. That's Doctor. He's going to protect it to the corner. Doctor guides it along the stanchion off the back of the glass, hops onto the stick of Lagerback. Brink wanted to make a play there for Bayless. Couldn't. Gets it back up to the line. Now it's going to be Lutke. There's a quick wrist shot off the stick of Bayless. And it's going to be played and sent right back in and behind. Cut off by the goaltender. That's Allen. Off the stick of McGregor. Here's that chance I was talking about. Wagner can create. On high blocker. Didn't have much to do. Trying to get it on there. Back up in the neutral zone. Off the stick of Brulette as he tried to play that one in. He hits his own man with 1:39 to go in the period.
Well, that's the thing about those stretch passes. If you're going to float somebody by the offensive blue line, if they get the puck, they really don't have many options other than going to the net. But Minnetonka did. They were minding their store quite well, so they had two players back there. So really all Wagner could do was shoot the puck. Unfortunately, shot it wide. But if they can keep doing those stretch passes and connecting them, at least they can make Charlie Glockner make some saves, which they haven't done a whole bunch of this second period. Face off in the Cougar zone to Allen's right.
No, they really haven't. That's a fair statement, Bart Archer.
Make those every once in a while. Intermittently, we call it.
You mean the blind squirrel finds the nut?
Finds the acorn.
The acorn. Cougars clear but not out. Nice job by Lowhite to keep that in the zone. Oh, nice one-handed pass to Molinar. Oh, and out of it. Allen got a hand on that one, but what an opportunity. Molinar up high with it. That's off a pair of skates. It's going to be back under the near boards as the Cougars look to play this one back up into center with 1:05 to go in the period. That was on goal, the 40th shot of the game, too far for Lowhite, and icing the call.
Well, they got 21 shots in the first period, 19 so far in this, and we still have a minute to go, so they could match last period's totals, but now the faceoff is going to come down into the Minnetonka zone. A rare faceoff, very important faceoff. A minute to go. Centennial obviously wants to finish this period very, very strong, and punch one in wouldn't hurt their cause, but they just have to get some offensive feel again, touch the puck again instead of chasing the puck and defending. Put some pressure on the Minnetonka skippers.
3 of the 4 finalists have been solved, and we're trying to find the 4th right here. There's a shot that's blocked. Of course, the Class A is going to be played tomorrow.
That's going to be fun tomorrow.
That's at noon. Andy pins up on the wall. It's going to be rung around the boards. Up high it goes. There's a quick shot that's deflected. It's going to be Orono and Alexandria right up in the facial region. And
right in front of the ref,
Wagner said, what happened here? And now another player, McGregor, goes down. He is hurt at center ice. Slow to get up. His leg's not working too well. Getting better, though, as he's going to the bench. Boy, 2 big plays right in a row. 17 seconds to go. Long pass. Wagner holds that with his skate. He's dumped on the play. Now a penalty called on the Skippers. There were 3 in a row they could have had there. That one they're going to take.
And now Andy's just trying to plead his case. You don't win too many of those arguments, but boy, kind of a tough shift for the Centennial Cougars. First it was, I thought it was head contact or a high check along the wall, and then I didn't even see what happened to McGregor. But now it's a penalty, just 9.4 seconds, so offense's on faceoff. Still plenty of time, but Coach Rich Meny is having a talk with his team, trying to get him refocused, but I think he more wants to talk to the referee about the sequence of events that preceded that whistle. But they do get a power play out of this, and the Cougar power play is not great. It's been about 20-21%, but they have some skill out there, and they have a great opportunity with just 9.4 to at least put pressure on Glockner, but they have to win this faceoff.
Face-off win by Brink. That's important there. 6 to go. They're going to try and spring Brink as he took off the draw. He's going to carry this one into the corner. And he gets submarine on a check as Francis. I like it. These games are kind of gentlemanly because they take on so many, meaning you don't want to hurt your team. I kind of like the character that's being. These guys are getting after it.
Well, indeed. Well, they're really, obviously the third place game, not to disrespect that, but for these players' dreams, there is no tomorrow, so they're going to leave nothing in the locker room, nothing on the bench. But it was Francis that took some liberties at Brink. Not liberties, he just kind of rubbed him at the end of the period, but Brink took exception to it, started chirping. The whole line of Centennial Cougars come to congratulate their goaltender on a fine period. So there is some emotion going into the locker room right now, and I think if you're Coach Sean Goldsworthy, you have to feel great about the way your team is playing. They're getting offensive pressure. They're not getting too much in the defensive zone, but if you're Coach Rich Meny, you have to kind of lick your wounds a little bit, make sure everybody's healthy and available for you, but they have to come out with that energy that they had in that first period and really push the pace, push Minnetonka skating backwards. It's easier to beat Minnetonka when they're skating backwards as opposed to them skating forward.
We'll take a timeout. We come back. We'll have more coming up for you. Good third period. Nothing solved here from the XL Energy Center.
Minnesota, the land of 2,000 lakes, and even more backyard rinks. Make your rink last all season with our high-quality liner from Minnetonka Plastics. Cut our liners to in size and ship out the following days. There is no delay. Order today at minnetonkaplastics.com.
I feel very tired. I really don't want to get out of bed.
Typically when I have friends over or I'm over at a friend's house is probably when I get the worst sleep. It's just a lot harder to focus when you don't get enough sleep.
Restorative sleep helps our bodies function at their best. Stay on a schedule and wind down before bed. Getting good sleep can help you think clearer, react quicker, and improve attention. If you don't sleep well, seek professional help. Don't ignore it. Manage it.
Welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you today? My name is Vanessa. I work at McDonald's in Baldwin, Wisconsin. I have a W for here to go. And I am attending UW South and majoring in real estate and property management. I've received a significant amount of money from the Archways Opportunity Program at McDonald's and the huge benefits to my community.
The Archways Opportunities Program is a great way for local owner-operators of McDonald's restaurants to help our employees further their educational goals and achieve their dreams.
Have the 10 nuggets and hamburger in the Shamrock Street. I am very grateful for the program at McDonald's and not only flexible, but the offering of education assistance has been really great in making sure that I can attend school and work at the same time. McDonald's is not just a job. It's more than that. It's a family. You know, they support you, they care about you, they want you to invest in everything that you do, and they really care about me as a person.
along with Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. He's playing some drums.
I was trying to. I'm sitting between. I'm sandwiched by 2 drummers, so I'm just trying to show my limited skills.
No, it's very good. It's getting really rugged up here.
Yeah, that's what I call my offbeat.
Hey, by the
ride.
way, it's good to see the Duluth East guys gloated their way right out of here. The radio crew, man, were they cocky.
Well, I gave them a steely-eyed glare, and then they packed up and left. So
oh yeah,
apparently I still got it.
They said, "Who's the psycho to my right?"
That'd be Mully, but I'm
I
next
better
to
get
him.
out of here.
Wow.
Third period underway. We'll get the summary for you on the next whistle. Power play now. That Andy's penalty late in the second period carried over now. Interesting, Bart, it was an inspiring third period by the Cougars against St. Thomas Academy. That was the difference in the game. And you wonder right here, you say, okay, you know what? You go to the locker room after 2 periods against the #1 team in the state for the right to play for the championship in 17 minutes. Would you take it?
Oh, absolutely. But again, you can't just they're motivated, but you can't just command adrenaline to come. And I think it was the big save by Allen that actually gave them the adrenaline to give them the energy to give the push back to St. Thomas. They need something positive like that to happen against this Minnetonka team. And a power play doesn't hurt to start the period. But if you remember, the best opportunities on Minnetonka's penalty kill were by Minnetonka and Bobby Brink. So even though you're on the power play, you still have to mind your defensive responsibilities. But offensive zone faceoff's not a bad start for this Cougar squad on the power play.
Well, he and Luke here are dynamic. They know where each other is at all times.
Yeah.
It's incredible to watch.
Well, they're like clones, too. I mean, they have same style of play. They skate the same way, and they're both very skilled with their sticks as well. So that's a couple resources that Coach Schwan Gorsworthy has that he doesn't take for granted, I'm sure.
Long pass through the neutral zone picked up by Wagner. Back in behind his net. Put on the brakes, and out of the zone they go with Many. Crosses the line. Stick check there by Lutke as Many tries to play it along with McGregor. Now it's going to be Francis try to make a move on Bayless. Now there's Doctor. Who's he going to spring? None other than Brink. Here he is on the breakaway to the forehand. Scores! Foreshadowed by Bart Archer.
Well,
wow.
And I'm not even that smart, but I think it was William Francis, the defenseman for this Cougar squad, that just got in a little tighter than he wanted to, and they had limited numbers back protecting the blue line. And once Minnetonka got the puck, Brink went in all alone and really put a good move on Allen. He drew him to one side and then tucked it back in on the other side. But you have to pay particular attention to the penalty kill of this Minnetonka team. I think Brink even might have left his stick there just as a souvenir.
Left it behind. Souvenir for the goaltender.
There you go.
Wow.
But that's just what Bobby Brink does. He brings energy. I think that's, again, his 4th goal out of at least the last 5 that this Skippers team has scored. So big players make big plays at big times, and that was a big play.
You know, so often you see players, he's a right-handed shot, want to go to the backhand in a type of breakaway like that, and he showed it. But the angle that Carter Wagner was chasing him down on really wouldn't allow him to go to the backhand anyway.
Yep.
But still, as a goaltender, you always say, he's going to go to the backhand shelf, Koivu. But instead, he held on to it and went to the forehand as he pulled him out of the net.
And there's still 30 seconds of power play, so they can kind of balance the slates. Here's a good chance.
Up off the net. Now it's Grant Doctor with a pair of assists here tonight.
Certainly pays to stay at a Holiday Inn, doesn't it?
Boy, you like that one.
I did.
Pull that one
I still
out
like that one. It's got some residual humor to it.
You brought it up between the period break. You looked over at me and said, wow.
And I might bring it up again before this night is over.
I didn't know you had it in you.
That's my line, not yours.
Oh, okay. You cross the line now. Cougars on it in the corner. It's going to be Nelson. Molinar. Bart, very interesting. You're talking about the shorthanded opportunities. Lowhite nearly got crushed there on the rush through. Shot.
That's a
it's
goal.
In the net. They're going to say no goal. Molinar to the net. The Skippers are going to celebrate anyway. They're sure they got a goal.
Well, if it goes to review, they might count that because that goal was actually, or that puck was in the net before that net came off the moorings. But again, Minnetonka's got to celebrate until they're told otherwise. But it was a strong Skipper player going to the net, and he was kind of helped in by the Cougar player. He tried to stop, but he just wouldn't allow him to do that. And I think it was
no goal. Oh,
I think it was Andis. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
No, maybe you're right. That's off.
Boy, that's a tight one.
That's off.
And you'd hate to have the game.
Zach Loso. I mean, it's hairline. But it's off. Before the whole puck is across the line.
Yep. And I don't disagree now that I see the replay, but from this angle, it looked like the puck was actually in before it came off the moorings. As long as they get the call right, that's, I guess, and I don't mind him taking the necessary time. Yes, it slows the game down, and but just make the call right, because it's the difference between a 1-goal advantage and a 2-goal advantage. No goal. Well, I think if you're the Cougars, you have to look at that as a bit of a break, so that they get another chance. Allen doesn't seem phased at all. He's smiling in his crease. But that's how Minnetonka does. They just go to the net, but they had a little assistance from the Cougars. Got to win this face-off. Minnetonka 3, Centennial still 2.
Heim down the wall now. 14:50. So much has happened here to start this third period. It feels like we've played 10 minutes.
I know.
I looked up the clock. Oh, we got 14, a whole period left. 14
left.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I mean, there's been nets off with goals that look like they were in. There's been a shorty. There's been a little block near the stick save.
That's why I love this level.
15th shot on goal for the Cougars. Back up through center. Lagerback thinks he's Denis Savard with the spinorama for you old schoolers. Now it's going to be Lagerback again. It's more like a pirouette. The French judge stiffed him, though, gave him a 7-5.
Yeah, but the Belarus gave him a 9-9.
Oh. Belarus.
I didn't know he had that in him.
That was impressive. He kind of slowed down, though. I had to give him a hard time. Cross the line now, it's Heim. Offside the call.
Well, if you're a Cougar supporter or a Cougar faithful, they've been down this situation before, Pete, so it's nothing unusual for them. They came back last night, so they have a reference to draw from.
We'll take a timeout. We have more high school hockey coming up for you right here on thestateofhockey.com.
Tradition Companies is your one-stop shop for all your home and financing needs. From construction, land development, new home builders, mortgages, banking, and wealth management services, the Tradition family of companies has the solution for you. Visit traditionco.com. That's traditionco.com.
What if inspiration could come from where we least expect? And our path to the top was the road less traveled.
Whatever works.
What if we dared to be ourselves? And we never stopped creating.
Welcome back to the XL Energy Center. High school hockey coverage right here in the State of Hockey. All year long, presented by Axe. We got you covered from flow to toe.
Available at all Target stores.
Don't forget to visit ChevyDealer.com tonight to find a local Chevy dealer near you. Minnesotans deserve a straight answer.
You're on, Bart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, available at Target stores.
I was going to say there's an uncomfortable silence.
Oh, I thought you were going to say some more. It was good. You got the pitch.
Well,
Hockey fans, attendance for tonight.
I just appreciate all the sponsors. Without our sponsors, this wouldn't be possible. 19,055.
30,960.
You know, there's a number of NHL venues that would love to have these kind of numbers for their professional games.
Just under 31,000 fans attended high school hockey games here at the XL Energy Center that worked their way through the turnstiles, or now we have the metal detectors, as we call them.
And they all drove themselves too.
Oh.
Nobody carpooled.
Yeah, I know, or they all got dropped off at the front door. And you get one car per light.
Right.
Oh my word. Back in behind the net it goes. Todd Mulliken, smart, stayed right down here in a local luxury hotel establishment. A 5-star number. You can guess which one that is.
Well, I think he got a comp just because he's that guy.
I think he had a steak dinner last night. Turned it into, as he called it, a staycation. His lovely wife Laura hanging out right now. Probably listening to us as we speak.
Well, she's a very ardent supporter of this high school level.
What's great about the Mullikens? Now it's going to be Wagner. The guy is so shifty. Penalty behind the play. It looks like it's a couple of number 4s.
Yeah, Roulette and Kofi, I
yep.
think are going to go. Roulette's going to the bench, though. I think he's in denial right now.
He's doing the old acting like he didn't know what happened.
The who me? Oh.
I love that when they try to hide.
And now he's got the long skates. Shoulders have sunk.
They do. They try to hide.
Guilt.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's just going to be two players in the box for 2+ minutes. We're still going to be 5-on-5, but the problem with these penalties is it's 2 minutes and then the next whistle. So the way this game's going, it could be 8-9 minutes before they come out of the box.
Volley penalties have been assessed to Centennial's number 4.
Wow, they were engaged. Looks like pairs.
Goulet gets the trip. And Kothi, unsportsmanlike, got teed up out of the line, 5-on-5. Hicks plays that one back in behind that. Lagerback is there. Skippers holding the 3-2 lead. They have rallied from a 2-0 deficit. 17 seconds in, it was Brickner with a goal. Then at about 4:30 of the first period, it was Many. And then back come Minnetonka with 3 straight. They spread it out to the goal per period. Skippers now handle it. Back from the corner. Turned back down by Hermes, and now it's going to be sent through center ice as Brink gets a stick on that one. Bayless comes up to support him. It is played back in behind the net. Francis outlets left wing side too far. Lutke makes the read and gathers in his own zone. Plays over to the near side for Doctor. Deflected by Bayless, who he nearly had Brink on the move there. He's trying to get it deep to get a change. Off the ice is now Elder. He's just flying a house of fire, always does. Plays that one in deep. Andes and Elder, just formidable power forwards. Love how we have those two players together. McGann is a gritty center. This is a very fascinating line that these Skippers throw at you.
They can do a lot of different things for their coach.
Played back in behind the net. They put up their share of numbers along the way too. Andes advances the puck for Doctor. Now they have a 3-on-2 at the line. McGannon goes up the middle. Oh, Doctor, nifty move. Backhand off the crossbar. They try to hammer that one through. That was Andes down low. Now it's Elder. He got his stick checked on the way. They score! They just kept working the power forwards with the skilled Grant Doctor. It's 4-2 Minnetonka. They're not looking back at this stage.
Yeah, I think that was senior forward Ryan Elder that actually finished that play off, but it was Doctor that spearheaded the attack, carried one off the crossbar, and whenever you hear that clink of the puck against the post, it's like a fire drill. Everybody kind of gets all excited, and then they start checking with their sticks. What they need to do is block the bodies out. They fail to do so. Minnetonka comes in waves, but it was going to be, I believe it's going to be David Andes or Elder that's going to get the credit for this goal, but now it's a 2-goal advantage, 11-12. Still plenty of time, but Centennial just seems to need that positive boost, and that certainly is going to provide that, but Minnetonka inflicting their will on this Centennial Cougar team. Boy, a lot of traffic in front of Allen on that one.
It was just, well, it's the power forwards doing what they do. Andes, it looked like that was Andes who kicked that one in, hammered that home.
I just was going by the side. There were so many bodies down there. Elder was very excited for Andes then.
Yeah, they're buddies.
They're pals. Line mates.
Ori is trying to sell it for 26 from 27.
Oh, I think you might be onto something there. Oh, Pete Wagner.
David Andes, he's had himself a terrific season for this Minnetonka Skipper edition. 7th goal on the season. Elder with 13. And McGannon with 7. That's your third line.
That's not too bad, but it's not goal scoring is what they're looking for. When they chip in, obviously it helps the cause, but they go down and soften up the defense. They get the puck deep, and then they send Andes and Elder in to bang some bodies. McGannon, good support, but they soften it up for the low height and Brink lines as well. So their value has a little residual value as they roll through the lines as well.
All three are seniors too, character kids. Back up to the left wing side. Now it's going to be low height with it. Chips that one up the boards. That gets away from Kothi. They'll play this one down the wall. Molinar comes away. He wanted a short side backhander. Doctor with it. This line's been kind of held in check.
Well, they're getting their shots, but they're just shallow angles, so they're not good looks, not looks that they're not used to seeing. So they've done a pretty good job of defending against this line.
Shots are 44-16 at this stage. Lutke takes the puck back across the line. The right-handed shot defenseman plays this down low to the left corner. Francis separates him. It's been 4 unanswered for the Skippers here in this hockey game after they trailed 2-0. Wind down to 10:05 to go in the third period. Back through center, gets away from Heim, and now it's going to be Minnetonka to control. Heim looks up ice, angles a pass that's off the shin pads of Brink, and now it's going to be played away by Bayless. Nice move there. He has Brink with him. Fanned on it on the way in. Lagerback tried to put that through. Fights that one off the side of the net as he goes down in a heap. Draws a crowd. Puck will be centered back through the slot area all the way down to Glockner. Got to get him involved. Hasn't touched a puck in a while.
It has been a while. I think the goal judge down in the Minnetonka zone's getting an itchy trigger finger right now. A lot of action down in front of Allen, the goaltender.
Bayless now, Brink as he's coming. They're coming in waves right now. Bayless again. Lagerback turns and shoots. Blocker pad saved by Allen. Now it's going to be Heim with it. Holds it. Nice job. He had the screen going. Allen with a good read at the catch glove. Off the post. Lagerback. Oh, they nearly put that one back with Bayless. Hicks with it. The Cougars look exhausted defending right now as it's just an absolute firestorm in the offensive zone. You can hear the slapping. The Sixers are just moving. Now it's Heim with it again. Looks like a power play. Shot blocked off a stick. Brink takes a swing at that one. Lagerback gets it back. Hicks with it. Wrists a shot through. And it's going to be played to the right wing side up through center ice. It goes. That's too far for Hicks with 8:35 to go in the third period. Look out. Glockner and Hicks have a little communication breakdown. Good tune there by your guys.
A little Zeppelin for you. Puck just snuck out of the zone. Andrew Stewart tried to catch up with it, but Pete, I think it really might come down to how that game transpired last night. They expended a lot of energy last night to come back and beat St. Thomas. They came out with great energy now, but I think through just the systematic dismantling of this Minnetonka Skippers offense to the defense, I think they're just running out of gas. As you said, they're chasing the play, and they're having trouble defending, which they were doing so well before.
8.5 to go in the third period.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey? In Minnesota, there is.
What if inspiration could come from where we least expect? And our path to the top was the road less traveled.
Whatever works.
What if we dared to be ourselves? And we never stopped creating.
Eight and a half to go in the third period. 47-16 are your shots on goal. Cougars are going to play this one back in behind the net. Hicks with it. Looks up ice. Tugged on the play. Now it's going to be Andes. Cross the line as he guides that one in behind. Elder is there. He comes together with Weiss. Bumped off the boards. Andes once again. Weiss again comes away with it. That would be from the left point. Heim plays this one back in behind. We'll bring it back outside the zone. Skippers will go wholesale, as will the Centennial Cougars.
Well, I think the TV timeout came at a good time for the Cougars. They had a chance to regroup, catch their breath a little bit, but on turn, Minnetonka gets to regroup and catch their breath as well. It seems like they didn't miss a beat.
No, they didn't. Lukey will gather this one up out of his own zone. Steered out of there by Glockner. Kothe is down low. It's going to be low height now from his right corner for the Skippers. Kothe gathers it in from the left wing side. Couldn't handle it as he was pickpocketed. Nifty play there at the line by Boulay. Doctor rink wide for Lukey. Lukey can gather it and go in a hurry. Molinar bumped off the puck, but gets it ahead anyway to Kothe. 1-on-2 as he couldn't pull the trigger. Finally does. It's steered wide. Now it's Molinar back Now Lukey scores! Josh Lukey takes the puck from the slot, just corks it off the post and in. The Skipper team is rolling. 5-2 they lead.
Well, they're feeling very good about their game, and as well they should. In fact, 48 shots on goal, that could be 49 right there. And where do we still have 7:14 left in this period, but it was Lukey. It was good zone presence. It was Molinar that tried to work it. A good defense by Brulette on that one, but the puck snuck out to Lukey just on top of the right hash mark, and he just wound up and let that one fly. And I don't even think that Travis Allen had even a chance to see that or make that save, but that was just a good shot by Lukey to boost the lead to 5-7-14. Not impossible for the Cougars, but the climb is certainly a steep one from this point forward. Minnetonka is a pretty good front-running team when they have a lead. They really know how to shut a team down and keep possession, keep pressure on. They don't change their game.
5-2 the lead here in the third period. Very comfortable 5 unanswered. You know, they're beating the traffic. Lots of people head to the exits after that one.
Appreciate that.
The 4-2 there was some. Now there's more.
Scoring for Minnetonka is second.
Brink fought off of that one. Down low, Lager back one-timer. Bumped off the boards. That gets away from Hicks. All the way back into the Minnetonka zone. Hicks is there and icing the call with 6:35 to go in the period.
Well, and guys like Lagerbach and Bayless, I mean, these guys have been held off the score sheet. Molinar to a certain degree, but they're still contributing. They're still getting their looks, and it's when you stop getting those chances when you really reevaluate your game. But they really don't have to change anything. But, you know, I'm sure they want to get some reward on the score sheet for their efforts. But just keep playing like you're playing. You keep playing like this, you'll be playing for the championship tomorrow night, and that would be Minnetonka's first championship. But if it plays out like it is, it's going to be a wonderful game tomorrow night. But we still have 6:26 to go.
No matter who goes from this one, it's going to be a great one with the Hounds. And you can rest assured that Mike Randolph is watching how these two teams play. He's played both.
Sure.
And the Hounds have beaten both.
Yeah, in fact, the Hounds, we called that game against Minnetonka, and they played a three-zone game, and they played from the first drop of the puck to the final buzzer, and they're going to have to do that tomorrow if indeed they face this Minnetonka team tomorrow.
I wasn't on that one with you, was I?
No.
Where was I?
I think you were in jail.
Possibly.
At the parole hearing or something.
Back in the corner. No, I was at a Holiday Inn. Stick save. Now it's going to be handled out of the zone by Carlson. You guys doing a Catholic Sports Network game that day.
Yeah, nice save.
I do.
No, I'm kidding. I say it in jest.
Chirped me, didn't you?
Don't love that.
We'll keep it here.
Okay.
I think everybody knows that Axe is sponsoring this along with Adidas and Tradition Companies.
And Phoenix is
and Beauty
apparently
Status.
the axe of choice by you and your friends.
Phoenix, now I'm going to the new yellow.
Are you really?
That's the newly promoted brand. I forget the name of it, but I'm going with it.
And you can get that at Target stores, right?
Yeah, available at Target stores. You know what? We're surging the product. In fact, the sales have increased.
Well,
noticeable.
That doesn't surprise me much.
I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying.
Well, I'd
have
to imagine, but you know, people, Axe has supported what we're doing, and they've been a sponsor all year long. So I think hockey community is pretty loyal, where they're going to appreciate the people that actually make these things happen.
Well, the one thing that I can say, and usually I pitch from flow to toe. You spray it from pit to pit. As long as you can say Axe, those kinds of things, which of course is what we do, but. One of the things they wanted to do is make sure that the generation that would fall into yours and my category, Bart Archer, the fossils, who are the parents of these players, there's a line that's out there that actually smells quite good for guys like you and I.
Fossils.
Ancient.
I'm getting tired.
I mean, like, seriously.
I'm getting tired of being called old. Boy, I come here, I used to be kind of one of the middle-range guys.
No,
and now
I
I'm
mean,
the
now it's like, look at that. Look at the creeper. What's going on with him?
I'm just going to hang out with the Monopoly guy. That way I'll look you up.
No. Wow, you
super nice guy.
You find a way to work
super
it in
nice
and
guy.
chirp every time.
Super nice guy.
Have we lost any viewers yet?
I don't know, but it's not from lack of effort.
No, it's gone up.
Has it? Uh-oh.
Imagine that.
Uh-oh.
Across the line it goes now for the Cougars. Backhand attempt that goes wide of the mark. Low height there. Oh, Wagner behind him. Cougars work the offensive zone. Pad save by Glockner. Gets away from everyone there.
Oh, good
Francis
stick by
Molinar is
Molinar.
good there. He poked that to safety. He's got Kothi with him 2-on-2. Molinar wanted to work a screen as he brought his man with him. That was Shaporster. Now it's out of the corner. They'll walk to the top of the circle. Still moving. Molinar kept the feet moving, and the big carom comes up to Lutke from the right side. 5 minutes remaining. Glove saved by Allen. Nice job to hold that. Ooh, and then a skipper gets knocked down. Another one gets a little, how's she going with the hug? And wow.
Well, I think there might
That
be
was a rear naked choke.
Right. In fact, I think Francis is going to go. Just obviously you can sense the disappointment in that young man. He's seeing his childhood dream of winning a state championship kind of fall by the wayside. They're going to take them both, I guess, but might be a double minor on Francis. Just got a little aggressive after the whistle. And Molinar is going to go in the box as well. It'll be interesting to see what the calls are. The spirit of competition. A lot of pride out on the ice as well.
Molinar came in after Kothi was chopped, and so that's why they take two. Kothi.
Oh, okay. So Molinar was sticking up for his line mate Kothi. Kothi took a wicked back cross check to the back, actually deposited it into the goal, and it was Molinar that came
that
to stick up.
That should maybe be a double minor.
I'm thinking it should be as well, but how it's a clean slate. I really think that Minnetonka should be on the power play after that one, and I have a lot of respect for the way that Francis plays the game. He plays an aggressive style, sticking up for his teammates, but I like the fact that Molinar went in. If I was the coach, I wouldn't penalize him at all. In fact, I'd probably give him a pat on the back.
Nice. Skipper's now in the offensive zone. Lagerback was there. Circles off a would-be checker. They play this to the back door. Now the skipper's up to the line. Time shot buzzes wide of the mark. And the carom will be gathered in by Canner as he plays that one ahead for Stewart, who guides that one, and that hits. Big save there by Cam Smreaker.
Well, if you're Austin Canner, you had some space. You pass it into coverage. I just think that they're trying to headman the puck. That's what you want to do. That's the quickest way to get the puck up the ice. But if you have space in the neutral zone, carry the puck until they challenge it, because he passed it into coverage. Didn't work out so well.
51-16 are your shots on goal here in the third period. We're going to face it off at center ice, right at the wild dot.
And it is indicative of how this game has gone. It's been all Minnetonka since about the 10-minute mark of the first period.
They really certainly jumped all over that one.
I must say that I like the level of compete on the Cougars. Even down when things don't look great, they're still mucking it up, and they're still playing the game the way it's supposed to be played.
In 2 days, we've seen them not stop playing.
Correct.
They've been impressive.
Keep your composure, guys. But I think the frustration is just starting to kind of get into the minds of this Cougar team. They realize that they're not going to be moving to the championship game, so a lot of frustrations are trying to be exercised out of their being. But Minnetonka's doing a pretty good job of maintaining their composure in what could be a pretty difficult time. But it's going to be 4:04 remaining in regulation time. Minnetonka looks like they're poised to face a very tough Greyhound team. That should be a whale of a game tomorrow.
Indeed it will be. Face-off win now by the Skippers. Near side for Doctor. It plays up to the left wing, too far for Andes. And that'll go down for an icing call. 50-12 have been the shots.
Yeah.
And 5-0 the score.
Yeah, but the third place game tomorrow is going to be a pretty good game as well. If it continues like this, Edina Centennial will be a good matchup. They squared up at Braemar Arena, and Edina eked out a 3-2 advantage. So even that promises to be a good contest.
Be the third time they'll play this year. Play in the Schwan's Cup. There's a chance out front. Scores, but hold the phone. There's McGregor. It's 5-3.
Well, and that's how it started. Just something to give them some energy. Now they're only 2 good shots away, and we still have 3:51 on the clock. Glockner hasn't seen a lot of action.
Bart Archer writing their obit.
Well, no, I qualified it before I said it because I felt I was being a little early on that. But Charlie Glockner hasn't seen a lot of action, and it was just a nice play by a very talented Lucas McGregor, senior forward. That's his 29 tally. Just played the waiting game and made Glockner commit and just pulled it to his forehand and put it into the open net from a relatively shallow angle. Not much of a celebration. It's back to the dots, get to work. There's still time.
We saw this number play out for the Cougars last night. We thought they were kind of in trouble against the cadets of St. Thomas Academy, and here they go. Lucas McGregor picks up the goal. Now it's going to be Doctor who plays this one ahead, bumped off the boards by Hendrickson. Down into the corner it goes. He's going to be playing on the wing now with Lowhite and Kothi. He's in for the penalized Molinar. There's a chance in front, handled by Allen.
Well, and that was Molinar with a good shot from the left hash. He got in tight and got a good look at Allen, but he came out past the blue, made that save, received it.
Play of the game is shown on the board here. That's Brink in the early going there of the period to pick up the go-ahead goal.
And I think actually leaving his stick in the net gave him a chance to enhance his celebration as well.
Well, he had a slashing penalty that he drew on that had he not scored.
Yep. He doesn't miss too many of those. When he gets an opportunity like that, he's pretty good at finishing that play.
Brule ahead for Stewart. That's back to Brule off the stick of Canner from the corner. 5-3 the score. A little energy here from the Cougars. Look out, they're coming in the third period. One last surge.
A flair for the dramatic.
Molinar for Brink. Now Lager back to the right wing side. The physicality picking up a couple of extra notches. You know, right now the Cougars are throwing the kitchen sink. Brule, a shot that's wide of the mark from Glockner. Suddenly here it comes. Now it's going to be Brink. Where was this about 10 minutes ago?
Well, I think a lot of it is Minnetonka maybe looking a little ahead, looking to the finish line before the game is actually over. Thinking about tomorrow night. They still have a game to play.
Swats the puck away on a long pass to the neutral zone. Lagerback wanted to go. Loves that high short side. He's got nothing but glass tonight.
Yeah, he's got a couple opportunities.
Back in behind the net. Doctor there. Wagner plays out front. Menny was there to try to play that through. Now Andes is there, can't handle. Oh, he's going to get called for a trip in on goal. That one doesn't get through. So 2:17 to go now in the third. 5-3 the score. Hold the phone. Power play time now for the skipper, for the Cougars.
And it's going to be Andes that's going to go to the box. Goal scored tonight. Going to spend 2 minutes. 2:17 left in regulation time. Great opportunity. I think a timeout by Coach Rich Menny. Just to regroup, get a kind of a game plan. 2:17, plenty of time on the power play. If they can punch one in early, I think they just want to go over it. And the thing I like is Travis Allen goes to the bench. He's a goaltender that when there's a timeout, he goes and he's involved in the action. Get away from his crease. And Glockner as well is following suit. Just get to the bench and hear what the plan is. No miscommunication at this point. Everything has to be almost executed perfectly. Not impossible, but Rich Menny has a nice demeanor about him. Very calm right now, just directing his troops as far as what he wants to do. He's talking to Al, and the assistant coach is talking to the goaltender, Allen, telling him when he wants him out. But a good timeout at this point. One final push, one final chance to make it to the Saturday championship game. Minnetonka's poised, but they have a challenge ahead of them to finish out this 2:17 the way that they started this period, and that's just getting the puck down. But again, remember, last time they were on the power play, Bobby Brink came down and scored a shorty. So still have to mind your defensive responsibility. It's hard to do, especially if your goaltender's pulled.
It is hard to do.
Pete, what do you think would be appropriate time to pull a goaltender? Do you pull him a minute 20, or do you wait for possession? Or
well, I'm big on possession. I like to see the possession. To me, the bigger thing is you've already got the man advantage.
Yep.
So they've got the freebie on the icing, launching it. So I don't know. It's a matter of preference. If you want to overload 6-on-4.
Well, I don't think
I think you've got the man advantage. So you go to work with that, and then you get to the minute and a half mark, then maybe you got to do something. Or minute 45.
I was thinking minute 20, minute 30, somewhere in that area if you have possession.
Allen's not in the hash marks or halfway or anything. He's standing right in the net. They're going to go to work on the power play. Skippers get the all-important draw that sent the length of the ice. Back in behind the net. Set up.
Good moving.
Wagner will man the point. Gives off for McGregor as he's going to race up. A really good hockey player here. Tyler McGregor slices through some traffic, nearly pulled the trigger there off the glass, defended well. That was Hicks to clear that one out of the zone. Or was that Lukey?
No, that's Hicks. I think it's Hicks.
That's Lukey.
Okay.
Hicks has the fishbowl. Back across center. Handled now by McGregor. 135, there goes Allen. I said 130, I was 5 seconds off. Skippers will get it, they zing it the length of the ice. Empty netter, whoa, what a tally there. Is that Doctor?
I'm afraid to even call it now. We're going to trust you.
So Doctor gets the puck. and he zings it down the ice, chucks some serious sauce.
Yeah, it was right down the middle of the fairway too, so he made no mistake about it, but it was just it was a good pinch by Minnetonka on the board, separated the puck from the player, and it was Doctor that picked it up and sent it right down the middle of the fairway. So now it's 6-3, 130 left, 113 left on the penalty to David Andes, but for all intents and purposes, I just don't see Minnetonka giving up 3 goals in the final minute 30 the way they've been playing. But I like the pushback from this Centennial squad. They didn't make it easy. They made Minnetonka win this game.
Here they come again. Now it's going to be low height. Doctor unassisted on that one. I mean, he chucked some serious sauce there, Bart. That thing brought some rain.
Yeah, indeed. But I think that kind of an unofficial is just to go to the defenseman, that the stick side check separated him from the puck.
Absolutely. That would have been Lukey.
How rare.
1:03 to go. What a game. To me, he's the #1 star tonight. I mean, Doctor got a ton of points, but boy, Lukey was awfully good.
Well, he just does so many things, even things that don't show up in the box score, to help his team have success. But to have that dynamic duo on the point is a resource that Sean Goldsworthy has that I'm sure he doesn't take for granted, but a lot of coaches would love to have that tandem back on their back line. And that's not to undersell Hicks and Kroll as well, because they're very solid defensemen as well.
Now to Andes as he swats that one the length of the ice. No icing on the play with 33 to go on the power play for the Cougars, 46 to go. So our final round is set. It's going to be Class A at noon right here on the stateofhockey.com tomorrow. And that's going to feature the Orono Spartans and the Alexandria Cardinals. Minnetonka Skippers will battle with the Duluth East Greyhounds in the state championship game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right here on the State of Hockey. And we're going to say good night on the high school hockey season, just like that.
It becomes melancholy on Saturday late night.
I don't know, what do you do for the next 6 months?
I have plenty that have been put on the back burner that I've been kind of putting off. So I have
good.
Plenty to do.
Back up to the right side, turned over. Here comes Andes with it to the left wing side. He's going to hold it and shoot right at the 2.5 second mark. We're going to drop it one more final time. The Skippers survive. The goal 17 seconds in, then trailing by a score of 2-0.
Well, now we have the Mason Hendrickson line out. I'll give him a bit of a showing in the final waning moments of this game.
Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the Cougars, and the Skippers have a date with the Duluth East Greyhounds tomorrow night. They'll play for the second time. They'll look to avenge the loss in the all-important state title game and pick up their first state championship in school history.
Well, absolutely, and it's well earned. Obviously, they put themselves on the radar very early in this year. And the thing about it is, they're in the crosshairs of many teams that they played against. They faced other teams' best games and still had great success. In fact, their only losses came to Duluth East and Edina, which are the 2 and 3 rated teams in the state. So everything's pointing in the right direction for the Skippers, but they have a Herculean task tomorrow to bring it home against a Duluth East Greyhound team. But you look at the coaching staff of this Minnetonka Skipper team, not a lot of celebration. They're obviously feeling good, handshakes and stuff, but they look very, very focused. All they did was win the semifinal game. They still have one more step that they have to take. But we're looking forward to a really a well-played contest tomorrow night for the championship of the state of Minnesota at the high school level.
It's a good one, Bart Archer. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Thanks for joining us here on the stateofhockey.com.
Absolutely.
For Bart Archer. Face off at center ice. And a very uneventful goal. I guess you can't call a goal uneventful, Bart, but nobody really saw it go in except for the official behind the net.
Well, he was in the good proximity, made a definitive call, and the light came on, so Minnetonka gets rewarded.
They get by Doctor with McGregor back to the corner. Low height jumps on him quickly, though, as they lock horns. Stick save by Glockner. Lutke wanted Kothi, and no ice on the play as Kothi ties up with Francis. That was muddy to the right wing side. It's going to be Lutke to play that down the rail. That's picked up now by the Cougars. Off the hand of Molinauer, couldn't quite handle. Wide of the mark. Lutke with it. Plays this one back up to the left wing side for Molinauer. He plays that one ahead. Elder is there to play it. He has a man in front. Elder's going to try to bulldoze his way to the net. but he was stopped and cut off by Aaron's. Nice play there. Doctor from the left point, shot, save, rebound. Oh no, rebound held on to by Allen.
Well, he needed to hang out of that. Minnetonka had some numbers down low, but he tracked that puck through a lot of traffic in front of him. It was a good shot from the point, but he snared that with a glove about 1.5 feet off the ice. But a lot of Minnetonka skippers in front of his sight line, so you have to do a better job of blocking out. But 2 skippers were behind the defenseman, so if there was a rebound, could have been a trying moment for this Cougars squad, but they survived that battle. 1:31 left in the second period. Cougars hanging on with 1-goal lead.
For Brink, that's his 3rd of the tournament.
Yep.
As you mentioned, 17th on the season. Stick save. Ooh, Allen was looking behind. It's been all skippers for probably the past 9 minutes.
Yeah, and if you remember last night, that might be the 3rd straight goal for Brink coming from last night. But if you remember last night, Cougars showed 7 minutes of solid energy. Then STA started to come back, and I think Minnetonka has kind of taken a page out of that book and started to take the play away from them.
But then the Cougars responded when it was on.
Absolutely.
They did a terrific job in replying, if you will. Heim with it now, plays it to his partner, Hicks, on the right side. Ahead they go, left wing side, Elder across the line. His shot was deflected there by Brulette, and it's going to be played from the left wing to the right. That's off the skate of Brickner, who had the game's first goal just seconds into it. And with less than a minute to play at 59.3, will face off at center ice.
Well, I really like the stick work on this Cougar squad. If they can't catch him physically, they just put their stick out there, but they're very calculated the way they go about their business, but they make it very, very easy to possess, or very difficult to possess the puck, but their busy sticks are really what they're really excelling at so far in this game anyway.
1 minute remaining in the first period, 1 minute.
Skippers will play this one ahead, back into the corner. Kothe bumped by Francis. Lucas McGregor picks up the goal. Now it's going to be Doctor who plays this one ahead, bumped off the boards by Hendrickson. Down into the corner it goes. He's going to be playing on the wing now with Lowhite and Kothe. He's in for the penalized Molinar. There's a chance in front, handled by Allen.
Well, and that was Molinar with a good shot from the left hash. He got in tight and got a good look at Allen, but he came out past the blue, made that save, received it.
Play of the game is shown on the board here. That's Brink in the early going there of the period to pick up the go-ahead goal.
And I think actually leaving his stick in the net gave him a chance to enhance his celebration as well.
Well, he had a slashing penalty that he drew on that had he not scored.
Yep. He doesn't miss too many of those. When he gets an opportunity like that, he's pretty good at finishing that play.
Brule ahead for Stewart. That's back to Brule off the stick of Canner from the corner. 5-3 the score. A little energy here from the Cougars. Look out, they're coming in the third period. One last surge.
A flair for the dramatic.
Molinar for Brink. Now Lager back to the right wing side. The physicality picking up a couple of extra notches. Right now the Cougars are throwing the kitchen sink. Brule, a shot that's wide of the mark from Glockner. Suddenly here it comes. Now it's going to be Brink. Where was this about 10 minutes ago?
Well, I think a lot of it is Minnetonka maybe looking a little ahead, looking to the finish line before the game is actually over. Thinking about tomorrow night. They still have a game to play.
Swats the puck away on a long pass to the neutral zone. Lager back wanted to go. Loves that high short side. He's got nothing but glass tonight.
Yeah, he's got a couple opportunities.
Back in behind the net. Doctor there. Wagner plays out front. Menny was there to try to play that through. Now Andes is there, can't handle. Oh, he's going to get called for a trip in on goal. That one doesn't get through. So 2:17 to go now in the third. 5-3 the score. Hold the phone. Power play time now for the skipper, for the Cougars.
And it's going to be Andes that's going to go to the box. Goal scored tonight. Going to spend 2 minutes. 2:17 left in regulation time. Great opportunity. I think a timeout by Coach Rich Menny. Just to regroup, get a kind of a game plan. 2:17, plenty of time on the power play. If they can punch one in early, I think they just want to go over it. And the thing I like is Travis Allen goes to the bench. He's a goaltender that when there's a timeout, he goes and he's involved in the action. Get away from his crease. And Glockner as well is following suit. Just get to the bench and hear what the plan is. No miscommunication at this point. Everything has to be almost executed perfectly. Not impossible, but Rich Menny has a nice demeanor about him. Very calm right now, just directing his troops as far as what he wants to do. He's talking to Al, and the assistant coach is talking to the goaltender, Allen, telling him when he wants him out. timeout, but a good timeout at this point. One final push, one final chance to make it to the Saturday championship game. Minnetonka's poised, but they have a challenge ahead of him to finish out. He's very gingerly getting up, and it looked like it was Lagerbach that tried to take a swipe at that rebound. He might have caught him in the masker, stunned him a little bit, but he's seen a lot of action lately in the last 5, 6, 7 minutes of this period, and now 48 seconds left on the penalty to Francis. Again, Allen's going to have to come up big if Minnetonka wins this faceoff. And they do.
Now it's Brink, right wing side. Oh, a glove save and a beauty. Once again, Allen goes from right to left and pulls that one right out of the air. He's smiling away down there, having a blast.
And it was against Jack Bayless, the junior forward. 22 goals on the season, and 5 of them have been on the power play, so no stranger. It was just the right dot. He took a one-time shot, but it was Allen that came over, made a big glove save. We saw that last night. We saw it again tonight.
14-8, shots mounting for the Skippers. 38 to go in the power play. They'll play this one down low. Bayless comes away with it, plays to the corner. Brink is there, plays back up. Now it's going to be Doctor, back over for Brink. Down to the corner they go. One-timer, Lager back, fanned on it. They'll poke away at that one. The puck's loose. They score! Oh, that was money, but the official was back in behind the net, pointing away. He didn't blow the whistle. He saw it was free. A hard-working power play goal for the Skippers. It's 2-1.
Yeah, it's going to be Bobby Brink with his 17th. He scored a couple last night, and that trend is continuing. But they just had numbers down low. They just overwhelmed them with numbers, and the puck was open and not frozen, so the whistle had not blown, and they just kept forcing and forcing and forcing. He made the initial save, but then the puck kind of danced on Stewart, the defenseman for the Cougars, and then it was out in the blue. But then it was Lagerbach that got one stick on it, but it was Brink that actually finished that one off, up and it rolled up and over the goaltender and into the goal area. So power play goal, just 19 seconds left on the penalty to Francis, so they almost succeeded, but that formidable Minnetonka power play strikes, so cuts the lead to 1. 2-1. Centennial still has the advantage, but Minnetonka with a huge push, and that power play did not hurt their cause.
17-8 are your shots on goal. Now Low Height and his line come out with Ludke and Doctor on the back end.
But he had plenty of support, but that puck seemed to have eyes and found its way into the back of the net. But Skippers get rewarded for a lot of hard work. Now the Cougars need to roll up their sleeves and get back to business.
Face off at center ice. And a very uneventful goal. I guess you can't call a goal uneventful, Bart, but nobody really saw it go in except for the official behind the net.
Well, he was in the good proximity, made a definitive call, and the light came on, so Minnetonka gets rewarded.
They get by Doctor with McGregor back to the corner. Low Height jumps on him quickly, though, as they lock horns. Stick save by Glockner.
Make those every once in a while. Intermittently, we call it.
You mean the blind squirrel finds the net?
Finds the acorn.
The acorn. Cougars clear, but not out. Nice job by Low Height to keep that in the zone. Oh, nice one-handed pass to Molinar. Oh, and out of it. Allen got a hand on that one, but what an opportunity. Molinar up high with it. That's off a pair of skates. It's going to be back under the near boards as the Cougars look to play this one back up into center with 1:05 to go in the period. That was on goal, the 40th shot of the game, too far for Low Height, and icing the call.
Well, they got 21 shots in the first period, 19 so far in this, and we still have a minute to go, so they could match last period's totals, but now the faceoff is going to come down into the Minnetonka zone. A rare faceoff, very important faceoff. A minute to go. Centennial obviously wants to finish this period very, very strong, and punch one in wouldn't hurt their cause, but they just have to get some offensive feel again, touch the puck again instead of chasing the puck and defending. Put some pressure on the Minnetonka Skippers.
3 of the 4 finalists have been solved, and we're trying to find the 4th right here. There's a shot that's blocked. Of course, the Class A is going to be played tomorrow.
It's going to be fun tomorrow.
That's at noon. Andy pins up on the wall. It's going to be rung around the boards. Up high it goes. There's a quick shot that's deflected. It's going to be Orono and Alexandria right up in the facial region. And
right in front of the ref,
Wagner said, what happened here? And now another player, McGregor, goes down. He is hurt at center ice. Slow to get up. His leg's not working too well. Getting better, though, as he's going to the bench. Boy, 2 big plays right in a row. 17 seconds to go. Long pass. Wagner holds that with his skate. He's dumped on the play. Now a penalty called on the Skippers. There were 3 in a row they could have had there. That one they're going to take.
And now Andy's just trying to plead his case. You don't win too many of those arguments, but boy, kind of a tough shift for the Centennial Cougars. First it was, I thought it was head contact or a high check along the wall, and then I didn't even see what happened to McGregor. But now it's a penalty, just 9.4 seconds, so offense is on faceoff. Still plenty of time, but Coach Rich Meny is having a talk with his team, trying to get him refocused, but I think he more wants to talk to the referee about the sequence of events that preceded that whistle. But they do get a power play out of this, and the Cougar power play is not great. It's been about 20-21%, but they have some skill out there, and they have a great opportunity with just 9.4 to at least put pressure on Glockner, but they have to win this faceoff.
Face-off win by Brink. That's important there. 6 to go. They're going to try and spring Brink as he took off the draw. He's going to carry this one into the corner. He gets submarine on a check. That
8-2 game, they just went down and put the bodies on them and really softened up the defense, and that looks like what the Cougars are trying to do tonight.
Indeed it is, Bart, and once again it's sticking to your game plan. That is the key.
And they have the speed to pull it off. I mean, they can dump the puck deep and actually win the race to the puck and challenge a 50-50 puck down low in Minnetonka. If they can keep doing that all night, it's going to be a huge challenge for Minnetonka to answer that call.
Skippers across the line. It's going to be Doctor to carry this one behind the net. The defensemen get very active in this Minnetonka offensive juggernaut. And icing will be the call with 9:29 to go in the period.
Well, it was Wagner that's trying to use in a foot race with Lutke. Both of them couldn't catch up with that puck. But Josh Lutke and Grant Doctor are 2 defensemen that we're going to probably say their names quite a bit. And it was Doctor that started to get into the fray a little bit by walking that puck in. But if those defensemen for this Minnetonka Skipper team can be offensively relevant, it's going to be very difficult for the Cougars to not only contain but to sustain defensive coverage against those guys. They're very dynamic and they can move the puck quite well. And they certainly have enough options up front to get the puck to with some success. But the Cougars so far, 9:29 left in the first period, leading 2-0 over Minnetonka. Shots on goal, Minnetonka 8, Centennial 7. If you back it up a little bit, it was 6-1 at one point. So Minnetonka's really been the better team the last couple minutes. They're hanging in pretty tight.
Indeed they are, Bart Archer. I mean, all sorts of computer malfunctions going on here.
Well, that's why I'm trying to filibuster.
I have no idea what's going on with my keyboard.
I'm trying to filibuster buy you some time.
I try to type on it. It's just not happening.
I wish I got paid by the word. I'd be a rich man right now.
I don't even know. I wish I could tell you. I might have to go grab Tim Kolomainen's big computer over there to make things happen. He's got the 27-inch Mac computer there.
That's pretty impressive. He had to bring a dolly just to wheel that thing in here.
He did. I saw him walking in here. I'm like, look at that poor sap, and it turns out to be him.
I know. Just think of all the other
He looked like yeah, I say we got to bring some groceries out of there too. What do you got going on?
Yeah, it's bathroom supplies. They hitched a ride with him. Boy, Lucas McGregor is uncommitted as far as college. That's 28 goals, 40 assists, 68 points. 3 shorties, 4 game winners. Boy, you think somebody'd have an interest in him. I'm sure they do. It just hasn't been committed yet.
No question there, Bart.
Oh!
There's a chance in front that almost finds its way. Molinar again. That dribbles through.
Boy, Lougheed and Molinar have really been very, very effective for this Minnetonka Skipper team. And then I think if you have Cothey on the wing, Cothey's got the wheels. Molinar can finish, and Lougheed brings a little bit of everything. So that's a very difficult line for anyone to contain. But so far, Centennial.
Todd Mulliken just selling all the jokes up here. This is great.
He's a very favorable audience up here.
3:02 to go in the second period.
Shots 38 Minnetonka, 13 Centennial. That number for Centennial has moved. Charlie Glockner hasn't seen a lot of action.
It's been odd because it's been all Skippers in the offensive zone. And then you get these occasions where the Cougars will get these potential breaks or guys that sneak behind where it could be, here we go. And that's a little bit what was going on yesterday with St. Thomas Academy. But to the level of the way Minnetonka has really just taken them to the woodshed here in the offensive zone, it's been absolutely stunning.
Well, I think Minnetonka's done a good job of taking their energy away and taking a bit of their confidence in possessing the puck away. They've been known to do that to many good teams.
Offside at the line as Andy's had to reach behind to make the play. He and Francis come together.
Well, I think David Andes is going to take a little bit of an exception. I thought really William Francis got a little aggressive on that one after the play. It's one thing to kind of connect and to make contact, but then to put him down to the edge. I think Centennial dodged a bullet. They could have certainly got a penalty on that one. It's going to come outside the zone as well.
Looked like a hold to me, but Francis is huge, by the way.
He's a strong young man.
A lot of chirping going on right now between the two additions.
And that's not bad if you're the Cougars. Get Minnetonka kind of engaged in that. It'll maybe distract him from putting all these shots on goal. Try any defense you can against the Skippers.
Why not? 38-13 is the margin right now. Face off by the Skippers back all the way from the center ice area into their own zone. Doctor retreats. It's going to be a diamond trap played in by the Cougars off of that one. Now it's controlled by Brink at center ice. Oh, check that. That's Doctor. He's going to protect it to the corner. Doctor guides it along the stanchion off the back of the glass, hops onto the stick of Lagerback. Brink wanted to make a play there for Bayless. Couldn't. Gets it back up to the line. Now it's going to be Lutke. There's a quick wrist shot off the stick of Bayless. And it's going to be played and sent right back in and behind. Cut off by the goaltender. That's Allen. Off the stick of McGregor. Here's that chance I was talking about. Wagner can create. On high blocker. Didn't have much to do. Trying to get it on there. Back up in the neutral zone. Off the stick of Brulette as he tried to play that one in. He hits his own man with 1:39 to go in the period.
Well, that's the thing about those stretch passes. If you're going to float somebody by the offensive blue line, if they get the puck, they really don't have many options other than going to the net. But Minnetonka did. They were minding their store quite well, so they had two players back there. So really all Wagner could do was shoot the puck. Unfortunately, shot it wide. But if they can keep it. We'll have to start the pleasantries a little earlier tomorrow night.
That happens when you have to go get a drink of water in between games. You don't have much time, and you see all the jackals that want to ask you questions.
You have an entourage, Pete. You need bodyguards, perhaps.
I do. I absolutely do. Kind of like Micheletti, who has to go down the stairs because he's too big time.
No, you did. You took it out of context.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I did. Back up through the neutral zone it goes. Look at Bart Archer. Oh, I love Pat. Great guy. Oh, turnover, chance in front. Glockner quickly covers. And they're coming in waves for the Cougars. That was Jack Menny. Brickner and Menny each had big goals last night against the St. Thomas Academy Cadets.
Wagner last night was by far the best player on the ice aside from goaltender Travis Allen, but they're picking up where they left off. They're showing really, really good energy. Whether they can sustain it or not is, I guess, the question. But Charlie Glockner, he looks settled. He got a chance to touch the puck after that one, but kind of a dubious start for the very quality goaltender for the Skippers team.
Now it's going to be the Cougars up the boards. He was off the left post. It's from behind the net, and he banked it in off him. Didn't quite have it sealed off.
Pretty astute play by Brickner to make that play happen.
Uncanny. Low height plays to Hicks off the right wing boards. Brings that one back in behind.
Offside.
Swung around the wall there by Wagner. Wagner, Francis. Watch for all these guys. This is a good group. Wagner goes inside out, in on goal. Oh, he nearly put that one in off the short side, and then he goes to the net and gets a little bit of a how's she going from Lowhite.
Well, Lowhite's got to keep his emotional self in check tonight. He's a very emotional player, kind of takes things a little bit personally, but he kind of checked him in after the whistle right in front of the referee. He's going to have to play a little bit more close to the vest on that. They need him on the ice. He's not going to help him from the penalty box, but good start by Centennial Cougars. They're getting to the net, and it was Wagner that put a pretty good shot on Glockner. From this angle, it looked like it might have tickled the twine, but Glockner kept it out. But a really nice push by the Cougars early in this first period.
It's exactly what you want if you're the Cougars. Face off in the Skipper zone as it's going to be played back up into the left wing side by the Skippers. Forced back behind. It's McGannon with it as he rings the boards. Elder reaches for it. Good energy, as Bart said, by Centennial as they continue the pressure. They'll walk that one down the wall as it's played back through. Bodies flying everywhere in front of the bench area. You know how to call that one. Crawl with it. Breaks out to the right wing side for the Skippers. That blue line has tripped 2 people now. Cross line again, and they had a man down low in front. That's Andy's. Who was that? Was that Worth that bit it over there, or made?
Hit the 50 mark before this one's over.
Allen has proven to be very difficult to beat here in this game.
Yeah, in fact, if he's not all tournament or all world after this is all said and done, there's got to be something wrong with the voting program. But he's really kept his team on top by this goal for really the almost 10 minutes of this period, but it's not from lack of chances for Minnetonka. You know, there have been 3 minor penalties by this Centennial team, and they aren't doing themselves any favor. They're making it very difficult, but they're hanging on. They're getting through the troubled times, and that's what good character teams do. Doesn't hurt to have a good goaltender.
The depth of this Skipper offensive threat is really impressive.
Yeah, and they have a lot of different. I mean, they have the speed, they have the snipers, they have the tough players. They really have a lot of checks in the right boxes, and that's why they're the #1 team in the state and the #1 seed coming into this tournament.
Right wing pass sent back in behind the net. Glockner watches that one sail wide of him. Fell down on the play. Bumped off the boards. Gets away from one man. Now it's handled by Hicks from the corner with 7:16 to go. Hicks across the line. They wait on side. His shot misses the mark from Allen. And the big carom up into the neutral zone. Heim was there. Now it's going to be played back out of the zone by Weiss. He made that great defensive play a moment ago. He's jammed on the play as he plays the puck to the right wing side a little bit too far. Heim has to be quick on his little counter off the end boards there, but the Cougars control at the line. Tanner was there. He battles and keeps it alive and sent back in by Brickner behind Glockner in the Minnetonka's net. 6:40 to go in the second period. Now it's Hicks with it. Handled across the line again by Elder. Elder looks back up. Sent back into the corner. Off Elder's stick, and Francis, who's been huge tonight. McGregor, Wagner. Oh, is that offside?
That was a really close one, but it's a nice play by McGregor to get it to Wagner in stride coming over the blue line, but he got it a little behind him, and I think Wagner preceded the puck into the zone. Refs, the linesmen have great sight lines, so I'm sure they made the proper call, but really a good possibility for the Cougars to get some offensive pressure, but again, the whistle didn't hurt the Skipper's cause at all. Face-off outside their zone.
No, it didn't, because there's some good energy on that one, Bart. Streaming ahead. Sent back into Minnetonka territory. Lutke regroups, plays up for Kothi to the right wing side. Kothi now leaves ahead, sent back in by Lowhite. The ring will carry back to the corner. Francis is bumped on the play as they'll play this one back up. Lowhite for Lutke. He's going to have to go with a foot race. Nice job to keep that. back into position to kill the penalty. Of course, his father, Andy Brink. Oh, no, they're going to give it to Brink again. Allen's going to go off for a skate.
Had to.
Waddled out to that puck. Looked like he had his waders on. Shoved it up the wall. Here come the Cougars with McGregor.
He with a hunting and fishing
Out.
reference.
Oh, off the post, McGregor. That was clean. Oh, goodness. This is something else. What's going on? Now it's going to be Allen. He's going to handle it. Swings it away from the oncoming skipper player. That's the physical Elder on the play. Of course, we're talking about Ryan Elder. Now it's Brickner with it. Cross center ice. Brickner holds it, plays it to the corner. In on goal. Blockner the save, reaches out, covers up. 14:45 to go in the period and 40 to go in the power play.
Well, it was good speed by Brickner through that neutral zone, and he did a good job of going wide. Put a shallow angle shot on the goal. Glockner made the save, but the puck kind of stood out there. But boy, that one went right off the post. They're showing a replay of the McGregor, and it was on the inside part of the post. And in most cases, when it gets in that proximity, it deflects into the goal, but it deflected out by just a little bit. It is a game of inches. It's a game of centimeters in that situation. Said I go metric on that one, Molly. That one was for you.
Way to go, Bart Archer.
How about that? Raising my game.
Glad to know the bar can be elevated from time to time.
I didn't know I had a bar.
We just gave you one.
Oh, thank you.
Canner with it, cross center. 23 to go on the power play. Cougars work the offensive zone. Carlson was closing down on his man. Ahrens from the right point slaps it off the boards, back in behind the net. Molinar tries to click it to safety. 10 to go in the power play. And there's a shot that hits Hicks in front in the back of the leg. And it's going to be Elder back up from center. Plays this one wide of the mark. Quick goal by the Cougars. They take the 2-0 lead. Skippers have been chasing this game the entire hockey game, like the Edina Hornets did against the Duluth East Greyhounds. There's a backhand shot there. Then a 1 and 2 seeds we're referring to.
It was a nice kill, though.
Lukey plays that over for Doctor. He's going to let the shot go. That deflects wide. Low height goes down in the play after he was sprung from his penalty. McGregor was right in great position to play a clearing attempt or a feed to the point up the wall, but turns it over in the neutral zone. Molinar doesn't like the real estate that's been given to him. And now it's the Skippers. Shallow angle shot there. Looked like they almost had too many men on the change there, but they're good. Now they're going to regroup back into the neutral zone. It's going to be Brink with it. He's going to have to regroup. Ooh, loses his edge there. Gets the puck back. Plays a long pass to the right wing side. That hopped the stick again.
Penalty on.
He's okay. Ooh, that was ugly. And offside the call.
Oh, and then
Doctor got shaken up.
Yeah, it was William Francis that kind of just fell on top of him, and he's not a small man, and that ice doesn't get much. He's just got to catch his breath a little bit, but he's got the stick over the knees, and he's bent over. He'll be just fine, but he's got to take a moment to. So slow to the dot, people. Give him a chance to regroup.
Oh, Lukey just got smoked. They show the Doctor injury first.
So that's one way to kind of get their attention.
Well,
is
you get those
to
top two defensemen out of the lineup.
Yeah, you got to bring the physical game. If you can catch them and slow them down, that doesn't hurt the cause.
30.2 seconds remaining here in the first period. Back into the Cougar zone it goes. Ahrens behind his own net for McGregor. Try to clear that off the boards. It's picked off. Bounding puck in on goal. As it's the Cougars of Centennial that break out, and they're cut off now. It's going to be Bayless try to work his way to the slot area. They look back up high. Turn, that's off the side of the net. Short side bid for Lagerback with 8 to go in the period.
He didn't miss by much.
No, he didn't. It was a well-placed shot. They'll pin up off the boards, and that's going to wind it out for the period. And it's 2-1 in favor of Centennial.
Well, if there could be a level of consistency, the Cougars, they'd be in really good shape, but it's not a detriment to the Cougar style of play. It's just Minnetonka is that good where they finally kind of got there a little bit of offensive traction, and that goal in the power play seemed to kind of lift their spirits and make them play Skipper's type of hockey. But again, Cougars going to the locker room with a 2-1 lead against the #1 rated team, the #1 seed in this tournament. So Coach Rich Minnie has to feel very strong about the way his team played. It seems like when they have the offensive push, they do very, very well. But when they struggle defensively, it's Travis Allen that has answered the bell so many times for the squad that makes him play a little bit better because they can afford to make a mistake because he's the final line of defense.
We're going to take a timeout. We're going to lose the stream here maybe for a second. I got to figure out this keyboard situation so we can get the news, get this right. We'll be back with more right after this. Now with it, plays it ahead. That's off the skate. Nice job by Kofi to keep it alive. He's going to play this one down in the corner. Jams in hard to the wall. Low heights there as he stood up on the play by Brule. Now they're going to play it to the high right point. Molinaro was there. Low height now as he's bumped in front of the bench area. Another Mr. Hockey finalist across the line. Now Molinaro can shoot, and that's right into the glove. Travis Allen, nice glove hand save. You got to earn your marks against him. We're going to keep it here, Bart Archer.
Okay, well, we've seen Molinar come in from that left dot or left circle before and pick that upper corner, but it was Allen that made that save look easy with his glove hand. Molinar is one of those players that can be a game breaker. 29 goals on the season so far, so no stranger to the scoring area. But Travis Allen once again flashed the leather. He did that many times last night, but he looks like he's very calm and very confident after last night. That had to give him a little extra juice. But I like the way the Centennial team is playing. They're playing their positions. They're not getting too aggressive. I think they understand the gravity of the situation that they're in, but it's not too big for them. And you have to credit Coach Rich Meny for getting him in the proper frame of mind to be ready to play from the first drop of the puck.
That's a big part of it, Bart, no question. You know, if you can get your game enacted right away, I think it's just a lot easier to find it and stay with it than if you're searching for it. That's the understatement of the century, but there's a lot of truth to that.
Well, in Minnetonka, normally they're the ones that come out and inflict their will right away, get into that rhythm, get everybody involved because they can roll over three lines effectively. But they were staggered a little bit. Just an owly goal to initially start, and then the follow-up opportunity came, and that was a pretty good look too. And that's just something that Minnetonka isn't quite used to. It looks like they got their kind of the legs under them. As long as they stay away from the blue line over in front of the benches, I think they're going to be just fine. But Minnetonka, we got a lot of hockey to play, but I really like the energy out of the Cougars. And Minnetonka, pretty good pushback so far. Look for that trend to continue.
Indeed, you are correct, Bart Archer.
It's going to be low height in the face-off dot with Jack Meny, who had a big goal last night as well, as you brought up before. Absolutely. His papa was a little proud on that one, I'm thinking.
Just a little.
Beaming with pride. Like Lee Smith when Garrett Smith scored that overtime game winner at Eden Prairie Community Center. Just thought I'd put it in plug
that
for
one,
Lee.
yeah.
That was a big goal.
Puck is played back to the left wing side as McGregor tries to play that one out.
Oh, numbers.
And they do have numbers across the line. Chance in front. Scores! Meny. Oh, he takes the feed there. That's a Wagner to Meny feed across the line. Look out at 12:41 to go in the first period. It's 2-0 Cougars.
Well, one thing that Minnetonka's defense, they have a lot of confidence. They just got a little aggressive, got caught in tight, and it was Centennial came back with numbers. It was Carter Wagner that actually gained the zone.
It's a muscle.
But the Cougars did you a favor by wearing those jerseys with the numbers on the front and
love
the back.
it.
I wish I could focus on them.
Seriously, Bart. That's the greatest gift an announcer could have. Great sweaters, old school, the number right on the front.
Yep, going to be a good one.
We're underway here from the XL Energy Center. Thanks for joining us right here on the stateofhockey.com. Along with Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. Full coverage of the tournament as we continue it all week right here. Scores! Oh, my word! Just going through the pleasantries to get this one started, and the Cougars off the back door. That's Brickner just fought it off and chipped it into the back of the net for the 1-0 lead.
Well, and if you remember last night against St. Thomas Academy, they came out with worlds of energy, couldn't get the puck into that area, but the first shot banked off Glockner from below the end line, it looked like. But it was actually Brickner, as you said, it was behind the goal line, banked off the torso of Charlie Glockner. Kind of a tough way to start the game for the Minnetonka goaltender. Right out of the gate, just 17 seconds into this period. Already
that was
Centennial's
easy,
up by
Chan,
1.
in full force.
But that's got to relax them a little bit. I mean, they if they had any anxieties coming into this is going to relax them a little bit. But Minnetonka, no worse for the wear. They've been in this position before, and they can score goals in a hurry. So, but an exciting start to this contest already.
In front of the skipper net it goes. It's going to be Lutke over for Doctor. They're in a 1-0 hole. Here are the skippers just 17 seconds into the game.
We'll have to start the pleasantries a little earlier tomorrow night.
My goodness. What happens when you have to go get a drink of water in between games? You don't have much time. And you see all the jackals that want to ask you questions.
You have an entourage, Pete. You need bodyguards, perhaps.
I do. I absolutely do. Kind of like Micheletti, who has to go down the stairs because he's too big time.
No, you did. You took it out of context.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I did. Back up to the neutral zone it goes. Look at Bart Archer. Oh, I love Pat. Great guy. Oh, turnover, chance in front. Glockner quickly covers. And they're coming in waves for the Cougars. That was Jack Menny. Brickner and Menny each had big goals last night.
Yeah,
against the St. Thomas Academy Cadets.
Wagner last night was by far the best player on the ice, aside from goaltender Travis Allen. But they're picking up where they left off. They're showing really, really good energy. Whether they can sustain it or not is, I guess, the question. But Charlie Glockner, he looks settled. He got a chance to touch the puck after that one, but kind of a dubious start for the very quality goaltender for the Skippers team.
Now it's going to be the Cougars up the boards. He was off the left post. It's from behind the net. And he banked it in off him. Didn't quite have it sealed off.
Pretty astute play by Brickner to make that play happen.
Uncanny. Low height plays to Hicks off the right wing boards. Brings that one back in behind.
Offside.
Swung around the wall there by Wagner. Wagner, Francis. Watch for all these guys. What happens when you have to go get a drink of water in between games? You don't have much time. And you see all the jackals that want to ask you questions.
You have an entourage, Pete. You need bodyguards, perhaps.
I do. I absolutely do. Kind of like Micheletti, who has to go down the stairs because he's too big time.
No, you did. You took it out of context.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I did. Back up to the neutral zone it goes. Look at Bart Archer. Oh, I love Pat. Great guy. Oh, turnover, chance in front. Glockner quickly covers. And they're coming in waves for the Cougars. That was Jack Menny. Brickner and Menny each had big goals last night.
Yeah,
against the St. Thomas Academy Cadets.
Wagner last night was by far the best player on the ice, aside from goaltender Travis Allen. But they're picking up where they left off. They're showing really, really good energy. Whether they can sustain it or not is, I guess, the question. But Charlie Glockner, he looks settled. He got a chance to touch the puck after that one, but kind of a dubious start for the very quality goaltender for the Skippers team.
Now it's going to be the Cougars up the boards. He was off the left post. It's from behind the net. And he banked it in off him. Didn't quite have it sealed off.
Pretty astute play by Brickner to make that play happen.
Uncanny. Low height plays to Hicks off the right wing boards. Brings that one back in behind.
Offside.
Swung around the wall there by Wagner. Wagner, Francis. Watch for all these guys. This is a good group. Wagner goes inside out, in on goal. Oh, he nearly put that one in off the short side. And then he goes to the net and gets a little bit of a how's she going from Low height.
Well, Low height's got to keep his emotional self in check tonight. He's a very emotional player, kind of takes things a little bit personally, but he kind of checked him in after the whistle right in front of the referee. He's going to have to play a little bit more close to the vest than that. They need him on the ice. He's not going to help him from the penalty box, but good start by Centennial Cougars. They're getting to the net, and it was Wagner that put a pretty good shot on Glockner. From this angle, it looked like it might have tickled the twine, but Glockner kept it out. But a really nice push by the Cougars early in this first period.
It's exactly what you want if you're the Cougars. Face off in the skipper zone as it's going to be played back up into the left wing side by the Skippers. Forced back behind. It's McGannon with it as he rings the boards. Elder reaches for it. Good energy, as Bart said, by Centennial as they continue the pressure. They'll walk that one down the wall as it's played back through. Bodies flying everywhere in front of the bench area. You know how to call that one. Crawl with it. Breaks out to the right wing side for the Skippers. That blue line has tripped 2 people now. Cross line again, and they had a man down low in front. That's Andy's. Who was that? Was that Worth that bit it over there, or Mayhew?
It was Mayhew. Oh,
Same
wait, it was
spot.
Lyle, wasn't it?
No, yeah, that's right.
Venues that would love to have these kind of numbers for their professional games.
Just under 31,000 fans attended high school hockey games here at the XL Energy Center that worked their way through the turnstiles, or now we have the metal detectors, as we call them.
And they all
Doesn't
drove themselves too.
Oh.
Nobody carpooled.
Yeah, I know, or they all got dropped off at the front door. And you get 1 car per light.
Right.
Oh, my word. Back in behind the net it goes. Todd Mulligan, smart, stayed right down here in a local luxury hotel establishment. A 5-star number. You can guess which one that is.
Well, I think he got a comp just because he's that guy.
I think he had a steak dinner last night. Turned it into, as he called it, a staycation. His lovely wife Laura hanging out right now. Probably listening to us as we speak.
Well, she's a very ardent supporter of this high school level.
What's great about the Mulligans? Now it's going to be Wagner. The guy is so shifty. Penalty behind the play. It looks like it's a couple of number 4s.
Yeah, Roulette and Kofi, I think
yep.
are going to go. Roulette's going to the bench, though. I think he's in denial right now.
He's doing the old acting like he didn't know what happened.
The who me? Oh.
I love that when they try to hide.
And now he's got the long skates. Shoulders are sunk.
They do. They try to hide.
Feeling guilt.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's just going to be 2 players in the box for 2+ minutes. We're still going to be 5-on-5, but the problem with these penalties is it's 2 minutes and then the next whistle. So the way this game's going, it could be 8-9 minutes before they come out of the box.
All the penalties have been assessed to Centennial's number 4.
Wow, they were engaged. Looks like terrors.
Minor penalty for tripping.
Goulet gets the trip.
Minnetonka's number 4.
And Kofi, unsportsmanlike, got teed up out of the line. 5-on-5. Hicks plays that one back in behind the net. Lagerback is there. Skippers holding the 3-2 lead. They have rallied from a 2-0 deficit. 17 seconds in, it was Brickner with a goal. Then at about 4:30 of the first period, it was Many. And then back come Minnetonka with 3 straight. They spread it out with a goal per period. Skippers now handle it. Back from the corner. Turned back down by Hermes, and now it's going to be sent through center ice as Brink gets a stick on that one. Bayless comes up to support him. It is played back in behind the net. Francis outlets left wing side too far. Lutke makes the read and gathers in his own zone. Plays over to the near side for Doctor. Deflected by Bayless, who he nearly had Brink on the move there. Just trying to get it deep to get a change. Off the ice is now Elf.
That's a
it's
goal.
It's in the net. They're
Oh.
going to say no goal. Molinar to the net. The Skippers are going to celebrate anyway. They're sure they got a goal.
Well, if it goes to review, they might count that because that goal was actually, or that puck was in the net before that net came off the moorings. But again, Minnetonka's got to celebrate until they're told otherwise. But it was a strong Skipper player going to the net, and he was kind of helped in by the Cougar player. He tried to stop, but he just wouldn't allow him to do that. And I think it was
no goal. Oh,
I think it was Andis. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
No, maybe you're right. That's off.
Boy, that's a tight one.
That's off.
And you'd hate to have the game.
Zach Loso. I mean, it's hairline. But it's off. Before the whole puck is across the line.
Yep. And I don't disagree now that I see the replay, but from this angle, it looked like the puck was actually in before it came off the moorings. As long as I get the call right, that's, I guess, and I don't mind him taking the necessary time. Yes, it slows the game down, and but just make the call right because it's the difference between a one-goal advantage and a two-goal advantage. No goal. Well, I think if you're the Cougars, you have to look at that as a bit of a break, so they get another chance. Allen doesn't seem phased at all. He's smiling in his crease, but that's how Minnetonka does. They just go to the net, but they had a little assistance from the Cougars. Got to win this face-off. Minnetonka 3, Centennial still 2.
Heim down the wall now. 14:50 So much has happened here to start this third period. It feels like we've played 10 minutes.
I know.
I looked at the clock. Oh, we got 14, a whole period left.
44 left.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I mean, there's been nets off with goals that look like they were in. There's been a shorty. There's been a little block near the stick save.
That's why I love this level.
15th shot on goal for the Cougars. Back up through center. Lagerback thinks he's Denise Savard with the spinorama for you old schoolers. Now it's going to be Lagerback again. It's more like a pirouette. The French judge stiffed him, though, gave him a 7-5.
Yeah, but the Belarus gave him a 9-9.
Oh. Belarus.
I didn't know he had that in him.
That was impressive. He kind of slowed down, though. I had to give him a hard time. Cross the line now, it's Heim. Offside the call.
Well, if you're a Cougar supporter or a Cougar faithful, they've been down this situation before, Pete, so it's nothing unusual for them. They came back last night, so they have a reference to draw from.
We'll take a timeout. We have more high school hockey coming up for you right here on thestateofhockey.com.
Tradition Companies is your one-stop shop for all your home and financing needs. From construction, land development, new home builders, mortgages, banking, and wealth management services, the Tradition family of companies has the solution for you. Visit traditionco.com. That's traditionco.com.
What if inspiration?
I wish I got paid by the word. I'd be a rich man right now.
I don't even know. I wish I could tell you. I might have to go grab Tim Colominen's big computer over there to make things happen. He's got the 27-inch Mac computer there.
That's pretty impressive. He had to bring a dolly just to wheel that thing in here.
He did. I saw him walking in here. I'm like, look at that poor sap, and it turns out to be him.
I know. Just like all the other
he looked like he I say we got to bring some groceries out of there, too. What do you got going on?
Yeah, it's bathroom supplies. They hitched a ride with him. Boy, Lucas McGregor is uncommitted as far as college. That's 28 goals, 40 assists, 68 points, 3 shorties, 4 game winners. Boy, you think somebody'd have an interest in him. I'm sure they do.
Definitely.
It just hasn't been committed yet.
No question there, Bart.
Oh!
There's a chance in front that almost finds its way. Molinar again. That dribbles through.
Boy, Lougheed and Molinar have really been very, very effective for this Minnetonka Skipper team. And then I think if you have Cothey on the wing, Cothey's got the wheels. Molinar can finish, and Lougheed brings a little bit of everything. So that's a very difficult line for anyone to contain. But so far, Centennial's done a reasonable job, but they are getting down low and putting pressure on Travis Allen, the Cougar goaltender, face-off outside the Centennial zone.
Trailing 2-0 with 9:18 to go in the period. The Skippers and the Centennial Cougars with the right to play the Duluth East Greyhounds for the championship. Molinar finds Cothey down low. That misses the mark. And here come the Cougars once again out of the zone. That's off Molinar. Lutke comes away with it as he looks up ice. Josh Lutke can skate, plays it to the left wing side. A nice job to break that up. Stepping up to make the play was Brule. Back in behind the net. cut off by the skipper goaltender Glockner. He can move it quite well. Now it's Lutke across the line. Stick handles down to the left side, looks back through. That's away from Molinar. Now it's going to be Molinar with it. Off his stick, and the Cougars will transition back the other way, 3-on-3 through the neutral. This game is settled in a little bit now if you're a Skipper fan. If you're the Cougars, like where you're at. Kothi with it, try to find his man in front. That's Brink who comes away with it, tries to turn away. Very ferocious player. A lot of intensity to his game.
Well, a lot of times people think that if you're a playmaker, you play a little soft. Bobby Brink does not play a soft game.
He's just a sophomore.
Oh.
I mean,
he's been around for a while.
Can you imagine him as a senior? Played last year.
I look forward to it.
Already committed to the University of Denver.
That's a pretty good program, don't you think?
Down low in the slot area. I would love to play there if I had the chance, off the side of the net.
And then Centennial was able to clear offsides face-off just outside the Minnetonka zone. 10:41 left in the second period. Centennial 2, Minnetonka 1. Shots on goal, Minnetonka 28, Centennial 12. Centennial's got to stay out of the box, Pete.
How about that number?
it's growing.
It is indeed. Center ice puck goes. Now it's going to be picked up by the Skippers. Ooh, that's the interference call coming up. Skippers are drawing penalties left and right. That was Doctor that drew that one.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be Carlson, if my eyes aren't failing me, for the Cougars it's going to go. But I think it was Doctor that really accentuated that play, drew the referee's attention. He gained the zone, And it might be an interference, it might be a hold, but when you take your hand off your stick and you wrap somebody up in front of a referee, chances are pretty good you're going to get called on that. But another opportunity on the power play for this Skippers team. The Centennial's not doing themselves any favor. Allen's going to have to be their best penalty killer once again.
Robert Carlson will go, shallow angle shot, stopped by Allen. Bump back in behind, Francis is there, he gets his stick clawed at there by Brink, as now it's going to be Bayless back into the corner. Away from Brink it goes, Lutke out of the corner, down low on the left side, try to bump it to Brink off Lagerback's stick to the left wing side, now to the right side for Bayless. Back up high they go, it's going to be Doctor with it, plays back over. Ooh, that went right through a Cougar player on the rink-wide pass to Bayless as he'll play this one back in behind. Now it's going to be Brink. Brink with it again, checked by Francis. Nice job by the Cougars to keep that one to the outside.
Absolutely, as Francis, nice stick side check, separated him from the puck. Nice clear. 1:11 left in the penalty to Carlson for the Cougars.
Take this one back in behind the net with 9:25 to go in the period. Lager back on it now. One-timer, Doctor, pad save, good one.
Look where he directed the puck into the corner too.
Right where it's supposed to go. Brink waits for it, now he carries it off to the left corner as he turns back into the corner again. Maintains the puck. Good puck protection there by him. Now it's, oh, Bayless' shot. Lagerback wanted the put back, couldn't get the rebound. Look back up high, Doctor, the one-timer. Bullet nearly found the 5-hole and a big save there. 33 to go in the man advantage.
Well, Minnetonka starting to move the puck around with some purpose, but it's Centennial kind of chasing the play. Minnetonka doing a very good job of getting it to the open man. It was Doctor that took the shot from just inside the blue, and it was Allen that made the initial save, and then the puck subsequently got back out front and another save. But there was a couple sequences where the Cougars were on the ropes, but they survived another battle. 33 seconds left in the penalty to Carlson. Boy, Allen has just answered the bell when his team needed him the most.
Shot, save, rebound. Doctor gets it back, puts it into the goal mouth area. Lowhite takes two swipes at it there.
Well, and then they took exception to Lowhite. He's down, he's covering his face. And I don't really know what happened, but he took a couple swipes at the puck, which a hockey player would do. You play to the whistle, and that's what Lowhite does. But I think there might have been an errant stick or something that at least shocked him enough. He's up. He's a tough young man, so no harm. But I think a stick might have kind of just broached the back of his neck or that area. But take a moment to pause, kind of regroup a little bit. But I'm sure he'll be right back. He's not even going to the bench right now, so no harm, no foul. But kind of a trying moment for this Cougars team.
Indeed it is. 5:17 to go in the first period. Cougars with a goal early on, and then another one a little bit later. It was Brickner who scores, and then Menny to make it 2-0.
Yeah, and shots at one point, I believe, were 6-2 for the Centennial Cougars. Now it's 11-8 Minnetonka, so Minnetonka is actually playing a lot more responsible, a lot more comfortable in their own zone, but they're getting some speed through the neutral. They're getting in deep, but Cougars have done a pretty good job of forcing things to the outside, and then when it gets in tight, the Cougars converge and condense and really make it difficult for the Skippers team to get a good look at the net. And this is a Skippers team that can score goals in bunches too. 166, I believe, impressive on the year, averaging about 5 goals a game. So far, they have the big cipher on the scoreboard. 5:17 left in first period. They still have plenty of time to put a notch on the scoreboard in their favor.
Coaches and officials, respect and responsibility is why we play.
Nothing's going to be easy, right, Pete Wagner?
I have no idea. I'm multitasking. I'm writing stories, posting image galleries, tweeting, calling play-by-play, keeping the score, the whole thing, and it's just now the keyboard doesn't work.
Well,
it's like,
and it's not a battery crazy situation, right? Okay, but I'm running out of interesting things when I do my filibuster, trying to cover the deals. But they've given plenty of things to talk about. This has been a really fun contest to watch. Both teams are relevant. Both teams came to play, but Centennial, they just have such good forward speed. It's a not seeing Centennial all year long. They were one of my dark horse favorites coming in, just looking at the numbers, but I'm very impressed with their team speed up front.
Turn around from the face-off. That's Lagerback to play that one. Doesn't hit the mark. Lagerback again. Plays this down the rail. Gets a little bit of help from Bayless. Now Brink is there. Stopped on the play by Francis. Just a muscle play there by the Cougar defenseman. There's only 2 teams left. You don't want to hurt your team. I kind of like the character that's being, these guys are getting after it.
Well, indeed. Well, they're really, I mean, obviously the third place game, not to disrespect that, but for these players' dreams, there is no tomorrow, so they're going to leave nothing in the locker room, nothing on the bench. But it was Francis that took some liberties at Brink. Not liberties, he just kind of rubbed him at the end of the period, but Brink took exception to it, started chirping. The whole line of Centennial Cougars come to congratulate their goaltender on a fine period. So there is some emotion going into the locker room right now, and I think if you're Coach Sean Goldsworthy, you have to feel great about the way your team is playing. They're getting offensive pressure. They're not getting too much in the defensive zone, but if you're Coach Rich Meny, you have to kind of lick your wounds a little bit, make sure everybody's healthy and available for you, but they have to come out with that energy that they had in that first period and really push the pace, push Minnetonka skating backwards. It's easier to beat Minnetonka when they're skating backwards as opposed to them skating forward.
We'll take a timeout. We come back. We'll have more coming up for you. Good third period. Nothing solved here from the XL Energy Center. Three goals scored in the second period. We did have to jump off the air for the second to get this computer rebooted. It worked.
Well, thank you for staying with us,
And
everybody.
now reboot. How about the summary, Bart Archer?
Well, at the 17-second mark, it was Hayden Brickner scoring from Stewart and Francis for Centennial. Then at 4:19 mark, it was Jack Meny from Wagner and McGregor. Minnetonka answered back at the 14-23 mark. It was Bobby Brink from Teddy Lagerbach and Jack Bayless shots on goal that period. Minnetonka 21. Centennial was 9. 21 shots on goal to Centennial's 9. And a good part of those came in the last 10 minutes where they had 2 shots for a period of time, and then they kind of turned up the heat. Up to Centennial to come out with a little energy right now. Even though they have the 1-goal lead, Minnetonka seems to have the momentum.
We're waiting for the TV guys to chat it up a little bit. They finally do. And here we go. We get ready to start the period. And we're underway. Now, skippers will be moving from left to right across your screen. Lager back with it. Snapper turned aside by Travis Allen. Man, he's just stopping everything sent his way. It's been that good for him this tournament.
And Lagerbach had Brink on the weak side, but he opted to take that shot. But you're right, Allen just stands very tall, very confident.
Brickner, ooh, they wanted a quick early goal again, did the Cougars. Stewart sends a shot in on goal. Glockner the save. He'll hang on with 16:29 to go.
Well, you got a chance to possess the puck, so he started this period a little bit better than the other one. But Charlie Glockner's a good goaltender. We know that. He's 17-2-1, and then when you play the schedule that Minnetonka has, and you have that kind of a record, that's pretty impressive. Save percentage of over 9. Might not see a whole bunch of shots, but when he needs to make the save, they came out with worlds of energy. Couldn't get the puck into that area, but the first shot banked off Glockner from below the end line. It looked like. But it was actually Brickner, as you said. It was behind the goal line, banked off the torso of Charlie Glockner. Kind of a tough way to start the game for the Minnetonka goaltender. Right out of the gate, just 17 seconds into this period. Already
that was easy, Chan, in full force.
But that's got to relax them a little bit. I mean, they if they had any anxieties coming into this is going to relax them a little bit. But Minnetonka, no worse for the wear. They've been in this position before, and they can score goals in a hurry. So. But an exciting start to this contest already.
In front of the skipper net it goes. It's going to be Lutke over for Doctor. They're in a 1-0 hole. Here are the skippers just 17 seconds into the game.
We'll have to start the pleasantries a little earlier tomorrow night.
My goodness. What happens when you have to go get a drink of water in between games? You don't have much time, and you see all the jackals that want to ask you questions.
You have an entourage, Pete. You need bodyguards, perhaps.
I do. I absolutely do. Kind of like Micheletti, who has to go down the stairs because he's too big time.
No, you did. You took it out of context.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I did. Back up to the neutral zone it goes. Look at Bart Archer. Oh, I love Pat. Great guy. Oh, turnover, chance in front. Glockner quickly covers. And they're coming in waves for the Cougars. That was Jack Menny. Brickner and Menny each had big goals last night.
Yeah,
against the St. Thomas Academy Cadets.
Wagner last night was by far the best player on the ice, aside from goaltender Travis Allen. But they're picking up where they left off. They're showing really, really good energy. Whether they can sustain it or not is, I guess, the question. But Charlie Glockner, he looks settled. He got a chance to touch the puck after that one, but kind of a dubious start for the very quality goaltender for the Skippers team.
Now it's going to be the Cougars up the boards. He was off the left post. It's from behind the net. And he banked it in off him. Didn't quite have it sealed off.
Pretty astute play by Brickner to make that play happen.
Uncanny. Low height plays to Hicks off the right wing boards. Brings that one back in behind.
Offside.
Swung around the wall there by Wagner. Wagner, Francis. Watch for all these guys. This is a good group. Wagner goes inside out, in on goal. Oh, he nearly put that one in off the short side. And then he goes to the net and gets a little bit of a how's she going from Lowhite.
Wow, Lowhite's got to keep his emotional self in check tonight. He's a very emotional player, kind of takes things a little bit personally, but he kind of checked him in after the whistle right in front of the referee. He's going to have to play a little bit more close to the vest on that. They need him on the ice. He's not going to help him from the penalty box, but good start by Centennial Cougars. They're getting to the net, and it was Wagner that put a pretty good shot on Glockner. From this angle, it looked like it might have tickled the twine, but Glockner kept it out. But a really nice push by the Cougars early in this first period, where they're going to appreciate the people that actually make these things happen.
Well, the one thing that I can say, and usually I pitch from flow to toe, you spray it from pit to pit, as long as you can say axe, those kinds of things, which of course is what we do. But one of the things they wanted to do is make sure that the generation that would fall into yours and my category, Bart Archer, the fossils, who are the parents of these players, there's a line that's out there that actually smells quite good for guys like you and I.
Fossils.
Ancient.
I'm getting tired.
I mean, like, seriously.
I'm getting tired of being called old. Boy, I come
You've
here. I
been
used to
called-
be kind of one of the middle-range guys.
No,
and now
I
I'm
mean,
the
now
old.
it's like, look at that. Look at the creeper. What's going on with him?
I'm just going to hang out with the Monopoly guy. That way I'll look
Oh,
young.
no. Wow, you
Super nice
you
guy.
find a way to work
Super
it in
nice
and
guy.
chirp every time.
Super nice guy.
Have we lost any viewers yet?
I don't know, but it's not from lack of effort.
No, it's gone up.
Has it? Uh-oh.
Imagine that.
Uh-oh.
Across the line it goes now for the Cougars. Backhand attempt that goes wide of the mark. Low height there. Oh, Wagner behind him. Cougars work the offensive zone. Pad save by Glockner. Gets away from everyone there.
Good
Francis
stick by
Molinar is
Molinar.
good there. He poked out to safety. He's got Kothi with him 2-on-2. Molinar wanted to work a screen as he brought his man with him. That was Shaporster. Now it's out of the corner. They'll walk to the top of the circle. Still moving. Molinar kept the feet moving, and the big carom comes up to Lutke from the right side. 5 minutes remaining. Glove saved by Allen. Nice job to hold that. Ooh, and then a skipper gets knocked down. Another one gets a little, how's she going with the hug? And wow.
Well, I think there might
That
be
was a rear naked choke.
Right. In fact, I think Francis is going to go. Just obviously you can sense the disappointment in that young man. He's seeing his childhood dream of winning a state championship kind of fall by the wayside. They're going to take them both, I guess, but might be a double minor on Francis. Just got a little aggressive after the whistle. And Molinar is going to go in the box as well. Be interesting to see what the calls are. The spirit of competition. A lot of pride out on the ice as well.
Molinar came in after Kothi was chopped, and so that's why they take two. Kothi.
Oh, okay. So Molinar was sticking up for his line mate Kothi. Kothi took a wicked back cross check to the back, actually deposited it into the goal, and it was Molinar that came
That
to
should
stick up.
maybe be a double minor.
I'm thinking it should be as well, but how it's a clean slate. I really think that Minnetonka should be on the power play after that one, and I have a lot of respect for the way that Francis plays the game. He plays an aggressive style, sticking up for his
the length of the ice, back in behind the net, set up.
Good moving.
Wagner will man the point, gives off for McGregor as he's going to race up. A really good hockey player here. Tyler McGregor slices through some traffic, nearly pulled the trigger there off the glass, defended well. That was Hicks to clear that one out of the zone. Or was that Lutke?
That's
rather.
Hicks. I think it's Hicks.
That's Lutke.
Okay.
Hicks has the fishbowl. Back across center. Handled now by McGregor. 135, there goes Allen. I said 130, I was 5 seconds off. Skippers will get it, they zing it the length of the ice. Empty netter, oh, what a tally there. Is that Doctor?
I'm afraid to even call it now. We're going to trust you.
So Doctor gets the puck, and he zings it down the ice, chucks some serious sauce.
Yeah, it was right down the middle of the fairway too, so he made no mistake about it, but it was just it was a good pinch by Minnetonka on the board, separated the puck from the player, and it was Doctor that picked it up and sent it right down the middle of the fairway. So now it's 6-3, 130 left, 113 left on the penalty to David Andes, but for all intents and purposes, I just don't see Minnetonka giving up 3 goals in the final minute 30 the way they've been playing. But I like the pushback from this Centennial squad. They didn't make it easy. They made Minnetonka win this game.
Do they come again? Now it's going to be low height. Doctor unassisted on that one. I mean, he chucked some serious sauce there, Bart. That thing brought some rain.
Yeah, indeed. But I think that kind of an unofficial is just to go to the defenseman, that the stick side check separated him from the puck.
Absolutely. That would have been Lutke.
How rare.
103 to go. What a game. To me, he's the #1 star tonight. I mean, Doctor got a ton of points, but boy, Lutke was awfully good.
Well, he just does so many things, even things that don't show up in the box score to help his team have success. But to have that dynamic duo on the point is a resource that Sean Goldsworthy has that I'm sure he doesn't take for granted, but a lot of coaches would love to have that tandem back on their back line. And that's not to undersell Hicks and Kroll as well, because they're very solid defensemen as well.
Now to Andes as he swats that one the length of the ice. No icing on the play with 33 to go on the power play for the Cougars, 46 to go. So our Final round is set. It's going to be Class A at noon right here on the stateofhockey.com tomorrow. And that's going to feature the Orono Spartans and the Alexandria Cardinals. Minnetonka Skippers will battle with the Duluth East Greyhounds in the state championship game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right here on the State of Hockey. And we're going to say good night on the high school hockey season, just like that.
It becomes melancholy on Saturday late night.
I don't know, what do you do for the next 6 months?
I have plenty that have been put on the back burner that I've been kind of putting off. So I have.
Okay, good. It is played back in behind the net. Francis outlets left wing side too far. Lutke makes the read and gathers in his own zone. Plays over to the near side for Doctor. Deflected by Bayless, who he nearly had Brink on the move there. He's trying to get it deep to get a change. Off the ice is now Elder. He's just flying a house of fire, always does. Plays that one in deep. Andes and Elder, just formidable power forwards. Love how we have those two players together. McGann is a gritty center. This is a very fascinating line that the Skippers throw at you.
They can do a lot of different things for their coach.
Played back in behind the net. They put up their share of numbers along the way too. Andes advances the puck for Doctor. Now they have a 3-on-2 at the line. McGannon goes up the middle. Oh, Doctor, nifty move. Backhand off the crossbar. They try to hammer that one through. That was Andes down low. Now it's Elder. He got his stick checked on the way. They score! They just kept working the power forwards with the skilled Grant Doctor. It's 4-2 Minnetonka. They're not looking back at this stage.
Yeah, I think that was senior forward Ryan Elder that actually finished that play off, but it was Doctor that spearheaded the attack. Carried one off the crossbar, and whenever you hear that clink of the puck against the post, it's like a fire drill. Everybody kind of gets all excited, and then they start checking with their sticks. What they need to do is block the bodies out. They fail to do so. Minnetonka comes in waves, but it was going to be, I believe it's going to be David Andes or Elder that's going to get the credit for this goal, but now it's a 2-goal advantage, 11-12. Still plenty of time, but Centennial just seems to need that positive boost, and that certainly is going to provide that, but Minnetonka inflicting their will on this Centennial Cougar team. Boy, a lot of traffic in front of Allen on that one.
It was just, well, it's the power forwards doing what they do. Andes, it looked like that was Andes who kicked that one in, hammered that home.
I just was going by the side. There were so many bodies down there. Elder was very excited for Andes then.
Yeah, they're buddies.
They're pals, line mates.
Or he's trying to sell it for 26 from 27.
Oh, I think you might be onto something there. Oh, Pete Wagner.
David Andes, he's had himself a terrific season for this Minnetonka Skipper edition. 7th goal on the season. Elder with 13. And McGannon with 7. That's your third line.
That's not too bad, but it's not goal scoring is what they're looking for. When they chip in, obviously it helps the cause, but they go down and soften up the defense. They get the puck deep, and then they send Andes and Elder in to bang some bodies. McGannon, good support, but they soften it up for the low height and brink lines as well. So their value has a little residual value as they roll through the line.
Beauty is a loyal and respected teammate, someone that's going to have your back on and off the ice. They work hard and know how to have a good time. Through our bold and timeless products inspired by our past, we strive to celebrate hockey and the lifestyle that comes with it.
For Minnetonka, number 3, Josh Lutke. First assist to number 2, Grant Doctor. Second assist to number 9, Bobby Brink.
Doctor and Brink on the assist to the Lutke goal. It's tied at 2. Nothing solved here at this stage with 4:40 to go in the second period.
Boy, how many times that been said? Lutke from Doctor and Brink. Probably a couple dozen times this year, I'll bet.
At least. Back up through the center ice area it goes. It's the Skippers moving again. 36-12, your shots on goal. They've been all over this situation after they gave up that early goal, and they were trailing 2-0. Lagerback is there. Holds it and plays that one through everybody. Bounding puck. Lagerback again. Protects the puck to the corner. Teddy Lagerback on it. Looks to the slot area. That's deflected by the defense. Hicks will be forced to regroup in the neutral zone and send that back in behind, as it's going to be Allen to set up for Francis. His pass is picked off right up the middle. Andes with a shot that's steered aside by Allen. His 35th save of the game. Francis. Ooh, again, near turnover there. As he'll play that one back. He's had a terrific game. He'll just forget about that shit. And it's going to be handled now by, we all have him, Andes.
First mistake he's made all weekend.
Exactly. Poked off a stick. Here comes Lutke. Oh, Josh Lutke can step up in the play. I mean, is he a short list Mr. Hockey finalist next year?
Well, he's definitely in the conversation.
For sure, Reed Larson Award.
Well, and he's really laying the groundwork for making his case into next year. He's been a focused player all year long. His level of play doesn't dip. He's very consistent. He's a defenseman that Coach Sean Goldsworthy can roll out in every situation with confidence, and those are special players.
Luke Lohheit, the skipper's captain on the faceoff, headed off to the University of Minnesota Duluth. Perfect Bulldog. That one sent right into he's got a little grit to his game, some skill to go with it, right into the midsection of Allen as he hangs on.
Yeah, there's not much that Luke Lohheit can't do on the ice. I can't even say it once. What are you trying to get me to do it 5 times? But I think people undersell his quick hands. He can really release the shot very, very quickly. Doesn't give the goaltenders a chance to set up.
Kothi now from the corner. It's going to be Lohheit with it. Plays that up to the left point. Snapper through traffic. Hits Kothi. Available at Target stores. You know what? We're surging the product. In fact, the sales have increased.
Well,
noticeable.
That doesn't surprise me much.
I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying.
Well, I'd
have
to imagine, but people Access supported what we're doing, and they've been a sponsor all year long. So I think hockey community is pretty loyal, where they're going to appreciate the people that actually make these things happen.
Well, the one thing that I can say, and usually I pitch from flow to toe, you spray it from pit to pit, as long as you can say axe, those kinds of things, which of course is what we do. But one of the things they wanted to do is make sure that the generation that would fall into yours and my category, Bart Archer, the fossils, who are the parents of these players, there's a line that's out there that actually smells quite good for guys like you and I.
Fossils.
Ancient.
I'm getting tired.
I mean, like, seriously.
I'm getting tired of being called old. Boy, I come here, I used to be kind of one of the middle-range guys.
No, I mean, now it's like, look at that. Look at the creeper. What's going on with him?
I'm just going to hang out with the Monopoly guy. That way I'll look young.
Oh, no. Wow, you find a way to work it in and chirp every time.
Super nice guy.
Have we lost any viewers yet?
I don't know, but it's not from lack of effort.
No, it's gone up.
Has it?
Imagine that.
Uh-oh.
Across the line it goes now for the Cougars. Backhand attempt that goes wide of the mark. Low height there. Oh, Wagner behind him. Cougars work the offensive zone. Pad save by Glockner. Gets away from everyone there. Francis Molinar is good there. He poked that to safety. He's got Kothi with him 2-on-2. Molinar wanted to work a screen as he brought his man with him. That was Shaporster. Now it's out of the corner. They'll walk to the top of the circle. Still moving. Molinar kept the feet moving, and the big carom comes up to Lutke from the right side. 5 minutes remaining. Glove saved by Allen. Nice job to hold that. Ooh, and then a skipper gets knocked down. Another one gets a little, how's she going with the hug? And wow.
Well, I think there might be
that was a rear naked choke.
Right. In fact, I think Francis is going to go. Just obviously you can sense the disappointment in that young man. He's seeing his childhood dream of winning a state championship kind of fall by the wayside. They're going to take them both, I guess, but might be a double minor on Francis. Just got a little aggressive after the whistle. And Molinar is going to go in the box as well. Be interesting to see what the calls are. The spirit of competition. A lot of pride out on the ice as well.
Molinar came in after Kothi was chopped, and so that's why they take two. Kothi.
Oh, okay. So Molinar was sticking up for his.
within my future as a skilled construction laborer through the Laborers Union Apprenticeship Program. Have great pay and benefits, skills training, and no college debt. Build your future at a regular Minnesota.
When I don't get a good night's sleep, I feel sluggish in the morning.
I feel very tired. I really don't want to get out of bed.
Typically when I have friends over or I'm over at a friend's house is probably when I get the worst sleep. It's just a lot harder to focus when you don't get enough sleep.
Restorative sleep helps our bodies function at their best. Stay on a schedule and wind down before bed. Getting good sleep can help you think clearer, react quicker, and improve attention. If you don't sleep well, seek professional help. Don't ignore it. Man.
Hello, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you today? My name is Vanessa. I work at McDonald's in Baldwin, Wisconsin. Hey, would that be from here to go? And I am attending UW South and majoring in real estate and property management. I received a significant amount of money from the Archway South Study Program at McDonald's and the huge benefits to my community.
The Archway Staff Opportunities Program is a great way for local owner-operators of McDonald's restaurants to help our employees further their educational goals and achieve their dreams.
Yeah, this one right is the hamburger and the shamrock sheet. I'm very grateful for the program at McDonald's and not only flexible but the offering of education assistance has been really great, making sure that I can attend school and work at the same time. McDonald's is not just a job. It's more than that. It's a family. You know, they support me. They